Good morning, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the stream. How do you like my new Bitmoji? I got a close up with a face here, but I changed it because I got something I want to show you guys, because there's something that I've been wanting to talk about the last couple of days. First of all, hello everybody and welcome. Great to see y'all here. Love you guys so much. But here, I wanted to show you this. This is my alternative version of him. That's me. And there's a reason why I wanted to use this one today. I'll get into that in a minute. But first of all, let's do our normal greetings and get the day started. Hello, hey everybody, what's up? Good to see you. Yes. Happy to have all you beautiful people here. This is a wonderful morning. and all you wonderful people here this beautiful morning. All right. Double trouble. I ain't fooling around today. I'll tell you what. You know why we got Terry Barnes in the house, number one. Good morning, friends. Rise and shine with Hezokuai. All right. And then we got Chris Kelling in the house. What's up? Just another nut. How's it going? Let's see. Who else do we got here today? Vestige of Peace. What's up? Good morning and big hugs. That's what we love is big hugs for everybody. P. Barnes the second. What's up, P. Barnes? Good to see you. Let's see. Who else? Who else is here today? Oh, Highway Star. I'm a Highway Star. All right. And our resident Deep Purple fan has returned. Yes. About every month or so, he changes his name to a different Deep Purple song. I love it. I love it. I love it. P. Barnes, Terry Barnes, Vestige of Peace, Highway Star. Let's see. Terry Barnes, P. Barnes II, Chris Kelling. They're upstanding citizens and other providers. Oh, yeah. These guys are horrible. Phil's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? He feels like I wanted to be first. Nick Cody, good to see ya. What's up? Greg Jonick, good morning. All right, good to see ya. Great to have you here. Let's see who. King Stew 2000. 2000. Oh, 2000. King Stew 2000. King Stew 2000. Thank you very much. Is your name supposed to be a tongue twister, or am I just that much of a douche canoe? Phil, Greg Jonick, Terry Barnes, Vestige of Peace. Let's see. Grandpa's in the house. What's up? Good to see you. All right. Good morning, Zuzu Zyquin. What's up, Zuzu? Let's see. P. Barnes, Chris Kelling, Rosanna Mashman. Roseanne Mashman, what's up? Bill, Chris, Zuzu. Care Bear's in the house. What's up? Good morning to you as well. Let's see, Terry Barnes. Oh, buenos dias from the Forgiven Jerry. What's up, amigo? All right. Hermano. What do we got? Chris Kelling. Rage, disgust, fire, rage, disgust. I want to rip a new a-hole into these guys. Then I'll think of what's for breakfast. That's right. Lunar Nights, what's up? Good to see you. Let's see who else is here today. Oh, Edie Marie Young. What's up, Edie? Good morning. I've been up since 4 a.m. Glad to have Hes to entertain and inform me. Oh, well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Glad to have you here. As always, we love the Rash family, the Hezekiah Rash family. Beautiful thing, Terry Barnes. Nikki Small Boy's in the house. What's up? Yeah. Ow. I hurt my throat on that one. Nikki Smallboy, Vestige of Peace, Scare Bear, Scott Ammo. What's up, Scott? Good to see you. Let's see who else. Forgive it, Jerry, Vestige of Peace, Nikki Smallboy, Edward Cavalier, Christopher O'Connor. Oh yeah, the oranges are going to be the top story today, baby. And ladies and gentlemen, already we got ourselves a super chat $4.99 from Phil. The power of chat compels you to dance. Have a great show. You got it, buddy. All right. Thank you so much. Hashtag saves the orange from the thief. And Anna, what's up? Edie Marie Young loves the Bitmoji. All right. That's great. Mark Rules, what's up? Good to see ya. Let's see who else we got here. Let's see. Jammin' Jeff. What's up, Jeff? How's it going? Salacious, ladies and gentlemen, my producer Salacious is in the house. Awesome. Let's see who else we got here. Salacious, P. Barnes, Nicky Smallboy. Danny's in the house. What's up? I'm a little late, but I made it. Hey, all right. You're still during the intros, so you're all good. Billy Yanks in the house. What's up? Friends of Brooklyn Artists engaged in witness neighbor. Oh yeah, that's going to be our opening story today, Billy. We're going to go over all of that. Let's see. Salacious, Chris Kelling, Pete Barnes. There's no way that any of us are going to let this dude slide. No. The amount of videos I'm seeing covering this right now is amazing. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Terry Barr's German Jet, Vestige of Peace, Danny, Nikki Smallboy, Just Another Nut, Carl's Order of the Squirrels, Mark Rules, German Chat, Plausible Reliability, got orange. See? This is like one of the biggest stories I've seen yet, besides the first time DeCastro ever got arrested. That was a huge story that was broken by one Hezokuai who was on the live stream watching Chili get arrested live. Anyway, not to blow my own horn too much, toot my own flute. Zoo to do boot. Deb Beasley, what's up? Good to see you. Orange, you glad you got busted? Yes. That's awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Aren't you glad I didn't say banana? Aren't you glad he got busted? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we start the show proper, I want to go back a little bit and I want to show you this again. Now, this is the first of all, my new Bitmoji is this right here. I made this last night. I had to customize it, obviously, to put the hat on him. So that's pretty cool, and I'm going to start using that regular. But the thing that made me even go into the Bitmojis was because when how did I do? What happened? I turned myself off instead of switching my Bitmoji. I turned myself off. Sorry about that, people. So anyway, I wanted to change to this for a reason. It's something I haven't talked about at all because it hasn't come up on the show. But dag nabbit, I have to say something about it. I have to. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as a Chicago Bears fan, something happened. Something major happened. Ladies and gentlemen, as a Chicago Bears fan, I have to celebrate the fact that Aaron Rodgers got traded to the Jets. He's no longer a Green Bay Packer. We no longer have to worry about him because he's got our number. No more Aaron Rodgers in Wisconsin. Yes, yes. Let him play in New York. I don't care. He can deal with Brooklyn Audit's the Orange Thief. Let Aaron Rodgers worry about that. Oh my goodness gracious me. Anyway, I'm sorry. It just that made me so happy when I heard that. Like, yay. The biggest threat to being a Bears fan for the last 15 years. Well, 8 years. Well, first it was the other idiot, and then Aaron took over for him. Brett Favre. Brett Favre. No, he got traded. He got traded to the Jets. Green Bay decided that he's starting to get old and they'd rather, trade him while he's still worth something than wait till he completely falls apart and then they can't get anything for him in return. He's probably they're saying he's probably got a good 3 years left in him. Whatever. I don't care because again, the biggest thing that was holding back the Bears, other than their own, we could get into their own management and the mistakes they've been making. The problem is the owner of the Bears, it's a family thing. It has been since the 1920s. It's been there forever in the family. The kid, like, there was, the old man, George Hallis, and then his daughter took over when he died. But now her son is officially, like, in charge. But he admitted a couple years ago that he doesn't even watch football. He doesn't know anything about football. He doesn't care about football. Well, you could tell the way he runs the team that he doesn't know anything about football. Ugh. But anyway, our biggest hurdle has been trying to get past Aaron Rodgers. And now that he's going to be gone, maybe we can actually do something. That being said, enough football talk. It ain't time yet. It's still baseball season for crying out loud. Katie said, "What's up? Good to see you." Rube Maximilian, what's up? All right. Hey, Rube, if you're leaving, don't forget to hit that like button. Nah, on your way out. What's up, Roisin? Now, top story today. Brooklyn audits stolen orange. Now, on one hand, there's a lot of people who are saying it's just an orange. What's the big deal? It's not the fact that it's an orange. It's not about the amount that he stole. It's about the whole idea. What's up, Graham? It's the whole idea that we've been harping on the fact that these guys are just punks and criminals, and they're not freedom of fighters. They're not civil rights activists. They're just a bunch of punks that found a way around the system to get paid to be professional assholes. And they're just crooks. So now these guys are getting so brazen and have been getting away with this for so long and don't care about getting arrested so much that this idiot films himself stealing an orange on his way to audit a police department and broadcasts it live. Chris Kelling with $5. Another thing bugging me is that the Red Sox are in the basement. Yes, they are. But, whatever. I'm from Chicago. I only talk about the White Sox. All right, let's hit it. All right. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, the whole East Coast thing with baseball. Well, I was about to say it gets to be too much when you start getting like the Red Sox and then the Yankees and then all these different teams that are all going after each other all the time and their fans getting nuts. But then I can't say that because in Chicago you'll get fist fights between Cubs fans and Sox fans. And they're both Chicago teams. Why are we fighting? We should be supporting our city. No. Oh, they get nuts. Anyway, Johnny 718 Bravo for $2. Good morning. Thanks for the cards and the oranges. All right, here's your happy dance, buddy. All right. Thank you so much. T-Bose Nation is in the house. What's up, T-Bose? Good to see ya. All right. So, anyway, once again, it's the fact that these guys always love to harp on the fact that, well, what I'm doing is legal. I'm not doing anything illegal. Well, guess what? Theft is illegal. Even if it's just an orange, it's still stealing. It's still against the law. And then the fact that he got caught, again, it's not just that it's an orange, but that he gets caught, that the owner sees him taking the orange, says something to him, and he says, "This is my neighborhood. I take what I want." This is how these assholes think. This is the mentality of these douche canoes. And we're supposed to celebrate them as heroes. So, and then he lies over and over and over. He didn't just lie one time. While he's going, he just stole the orange, put it in his pocket. Now, while he's on the way to the police station, because he broadcast the whole thing live, if you watch the whole stream, he starts practicing. He starts practicing his lie. Oh, I didn't steal it. It was on the ground and I picked it up. But he filmed himself grabbing it off the stand and putting it straight in his pocket. It never fell. It never touched the ground. It's a lie. And then when the cops stop him, oh, what? I just picked up an orange that was on the ground. I didn't know I was stealing somebody's orange. So what happens? Two pillars of heroism. Two of the most upstanding members of the community, two great American patriotic heroes. One, Erie County, you know, the guy who was one of the people who busted into the Capitol in January. Not accused of, he did it. They know he did it. Charges or whatever are still pending. But it's not a question of whether or not he did it. They got him on tape doing it. He's proud of it. He was one of the guys who stormed the Capitol. So we got him and News Now Ninja. Oh, yeah. Hey, look up to him. Are you serious? These are the two patriots that are going to stand up for this orange thief? No, Katie said, that's what we're about to discuss. I'm going to play the video. This is Frauditor Troll's version of it. But before I play it, what's up, I Kiss? I want to make sure, Dino, what's up? I want to make sure that I kind of give you guys a little bit, okay? Because there is some, through Troll's commentary and through some of the stuff that they say, there is a certain amount of assumption that we're going to make on our end, right? So I'm not going to do that. All right. So before I play the video, I just want to say what I know for an absolute undeniable fact. No assumptions, just absolute provable fact. The information that's in the actual video we're about to watch. You're the owner of the store. You catch this douche canoe stealing from you. You say something to him. He says, "This is my neighborhood. I'll take what I want." So you decide this punk doesn't care. I'm going to press charges. But he's broadcasting live on the internet. And News Now Ninja and Auditing Erie County are watching. So they start calling the guy. Now, whether or not they took it to the level of call flooding, that's where I don't know if they were encouraging their fans to call or not. But it doesn't matter because I know those two called. And I guarantee you, Auditing Erie County and News Now Ninja didn't just call and nicely talk to the guy. And there's a point I'm making, but I'm going to wait until it gets to the point in the video, and then I'm going to pause it and I'm going to bring it up. Now watch this. Because, yes, ultimately, he dropped the charges, decided not to press charges because Auditing Erie County and News Now Ninja, they would say they convinced him to make a deal with Brooklyn Audits. I think that they strong-armed him and threatened him to make him drop the charges.
Update for the orange situation with the orange bandit known as Brooklyn Audit. It turns out that possibly the owner actually dropped the charges on him. Now, I don't know if it means the case will be dropped. I know that in some cases, the prosecution can continue even if the victim is not pressing charges. So with that being said, let's listen in to the update coming straight from Dumb and Dumber as they are doing more witness tampering, and enjoy the video.
Let's go ahead and start with some audio from the business owner that the orange was stole from. I think that's a good starting point. What do you think?
I mean, we could probably mention that the business owner decided to drop charges after talking with us last night. And that's what.
All right, real quick, right off the bat, I have to point out what he just said. The store owner decided to drop charges after talking to us last night. These two idiots, and I don't trust either of them, with good reason, Oh, he out of the kindness of his heart, he decided not to press charges after we got done talking to him. The hell does that mean, Warmas?
The audio is about, so let's go ahead and roll it.
Yeah, the audio, like he just said, the audio is pertaining that the business owner, the one that lost his orange that was taken from him, he was a little upset last night.
So just the way that James Cain is saying that he lost his orange, it was taken from him, that is very, very condescending. He's just making a whole farce of the situation. But I'll tell you what, they might put themselves in trouble with these phone calls because he would have testified in a criminal case. And here you have two bozos that are calling him and asking him to drop the charges. I'm not a lawyer, but when I was live streaming, a lot of you guys said that it looks like it could be witness tampering.
But he did contact me today. Actually, let's just go straight to this. Let me show you this email that I just received from the business owner. Right here, I'll keep his name kind of out of it. I have discussed the matter with legal assistant, this person, who has informed me consequences of the decision. I understand that once this case is disposed, it will be over. We have discussed the matter and both came to an agreement that pressing charges would make the matter better but worse.
Okay. That right there is the key for me. After discussing the matter, I have decided that pressing charges wouldn't make the matter better. It would make it worse. Why would pressing charges make the matter worse? If between douche canoe number 1, douche canoe number 3, and butterbrain douche canoe number 1, number 2, and number 3, and their throngs of fans that might call flood him, I think he was threatened. I think they were like, hey, we got thousands of followers and we're going to tell them to stop shopping at your store. You press charges, we're going to tell our thousands of followers to file complaints against your store, to put in bad reviews, to blah, 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 blah. I think he dropped the charges because he was freaking scared. Because these idiots scared him. They threatened him. They intimidated him into dropping the charges. If they didn't, why would he put that line in the email? After talking, I decided that that pressing charges wouldn't make the matter better, but worse. And since he agrees to press the charges, now News Now Ninja's going to kiss his ass.
He apologized, and I decided it would be best to drop all charges and go about our day. So there's the email from the owner of the store saying that he has dismissed all charges through the Department of Justice and the DA. But then when we spoke with the DA, they said, what was it? They hung up on us multiple times and they said that they don't give a shit about giving us service.
Got some real tough guys down there, boy.
Yeah, so the phone number for that place is 718-250-2000. And if you just ask for the tough guy,
office,
they'll send you to him.
And so what's up, Dad Farted? And also I saw News Now enemies here. Another piece of evidence that these guys absolutely threatened and intimidated the store owner into dropping the charges. Now, again, you might say that's an accusation. So again, let's look at the evidence. First of all, the fact that he decided to drop charges after these idiots called him. The fact that, that's number one. Number two, the fact that he wrote in the email, after talking, I decided that pressing charges would make matters worse. Why? because these douche canoes and Brooklyn Audits, all three of them talking about all their fans threatening to call flood and to boycott and to ban and who knows, maybe even rob the joint. He's scared. And now, further evidence that that's true is the fact that they called him. He agreed to drop the charges. So now he's superhero. And in a minute, News Now Ninja is going to I'm going to advertise his business because he's such a wonderful hero. They're not threatening. They're not intimidating. They're not call flooding. They wouldn't do that. So they call the DA, and the DA says even if he drops charges, we might pursue the case. Call flood the DA! Hey, everybody, go complain to the DA. Here's their phone number. Give them a hard time. So we're supposed to believe that you didn't use the exact same tactic on the exact same phone call? Or, okay, so when they called the DA after they talked to the guy. Same case, same situation. You wouldn't, we have to believe that you would not stoop to the level of threats and intimidation with the store owner, and then you would with the DA on the same day over the same case. You would never stoop to that level with the store owner, but you would with the district attorney. We're supposed to believe that. Especially because we've seen you stoop to that level a million frickin' times. The one and only time you didn't just happen to be with the store owner who just happened out of the kindness of his heart to drop charges for no reason. After talking to you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who follows me should know that I'm not the one. Even if I know without some sort of evidence or proof, I never accuse any of these guys of anything other than being idiot frauditors. But this, to me, is clear-cut, absolute case of intimidation and trying to intimidate the guy into dropping the charges, and it worked. I believe, I state it as a fact because all of the evidence points to that's exactly what happened here. Especially the fact that they follow it up by doing exactly that intentionally to the district attorney and admitting it. So if you're going to do it to him, why wouldn't you be doing it to the other guy too? Especially because that's your set technique that you've been using for years. Now that one guy just happens to be the one person you didn't use that technique on, I don't believe it. Especially coming from these two. Daniel Warmas, auditing Erie County, this guy's an absolute criminal. Again, that's not an opinion or a theory, that's a fact. He stormed the Capitol. He was one of those people, yeah. He was on the news. Oh, I'm just a journalist. He's a punk is what he is. Ladies and gentlemen, $5 from right up your alley. You sound annoyed this morning. Maybe a happy dance will help. And I also got $5 from Billy Yank. Frauditors love recording and showcasing. Why didn't these idiots play the audio of their phone call with the store owner? They actually are going to play part of it, but not the whole thing, of course. So that means I owe you guys 2 happy dances. All right. All right. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, guys. Yes. This whole situation is gotten crazy. And the worst part is these two douche canoes, instead of helping the situation, I think they made it worse. Not for Brooklyn Audits, because they got him off. They got the guy to drop the charges. Michael X, what's up? Yeah, right? similar type situation. But that's why we got Highway Star now. One of these days, I want to see Child in Time in my chat. You know what I'm talking about. This is the T-shirt I wear to weddings. That's my suit. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I think these two actually, but even though they intimidated the store owner into dropping the charges, and that's how I want you guys to be on the same page. I think when we discuss this case from now on going forward, that's how we should refer to it. Not that these two helped get him off by convincing or by reasoning with the store owner until he dropped the charges. No, these guys intimidated him into dropping the charges. That's what happened. So, I think they actually made the situation worse, not better. Yes, they made it better for him in the short term because he got the charges dropped. But I think they made it worse in the long term because I'm starting to see, because this all has just happened, like within the last not even 48 hours. I covered it yesterday morning and it happened the night before, right? So it'll be 48 hours tonight. So this is all still brand new. And already, if you just look through YouTube, all the Frauditor channels are talking about this. And if you read all the comments, a lot of the anti-frauditing community or the pro-frauditing community is starting to kind of look at this and say, whoa, 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 whoa. I thought you guys never crossed the line into crime, actual crime. But then a lot of them are, it was just an orange. But a lot of them are starting to say, whoa, wait a minute now. You actually did something illegal. What these two idiots should have done, what all of these idiots should have done, if they're these big hero patriots and they want everyone to take their movement seriously, they should have went on live and said, hey, we don't want to have nothing to do with this thief. That's not what we're about. We're about civil rights. We're about freedom. We're not about, it's my neighborhood. I'll take whatever I want. If I want to steal, I can, because I'm a frauditor with a camera. Hasn't that been my argument since day one? They think because they have a camera, they can do damn anything. And Danny just gifted a membership. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Danny, for the gifted membership. But hasn't that been what my argument from day one, right? That these guys just do this, and they think if they're holding a camera, they can literally do anything with no consequences. So now they keep raising it, right? Started out with a couple of random idiots. Wait a minute. Did Danny just get 5 more memberships? Holy cowabunga sauce. Another Hezokuai happy dance. All right. And wow, actually, speaking of which, I want to point something out. Yesterday, I announced this live on the Frauditor News Network show. She had me up there, and I got a message from YouTube that I crossed the 200 member mark. Thank you guys so much. The support from you guys is amazing. I love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. Damn it, I could prove it. Excuse me, I'm not just saying it, I can prove it. I have physical evidence. I have that painting on the wall that I bought the new light to highlight. See that? Painting by Judy Johansson, a fan. I got a handmade voodoo doll, handmade by Salacious, a fan. Fake press pass, tiny little heart. See, they're scumbags, dag nabbit. I got a hacky sack, handmade by Leland Squirrels. I got the best fans, damn it. And if you don't believe me, look at this bowling alley guy. $5 from right up your alley, right up yours. You know as well as we do that camera is there to stop them from getting the beating they have coming. That's a fact. That is a fact. And here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you so much. Love it. And then now Highway Star's a member. Woohoo! He went from Space Trucker to Highway Star, and he's still joining and rejoining and join-a-lating and having a good time. Ladies and gentlemen, our resident Deep Purple fan is going to get himself a happy dance. All right. And then it looks like Maserati 5000 GT got something going here. I think there's a delay, though, because I'm not seeing it, but I'm seeing it on one screen, but not on the other. So there it is. $10 from Maserati 5000 GT. Congratulations. No, not 200 subs, 200 members. 200 members. Man, if I only had 200 subs, I wouldn't be able to get super chats or members. But anyway, yes. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. $10 super chat. Here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you. I love it. Oh, man, you guys are the best. So anyway, the reason why I think these guys are ultimately hurting the case and not helping it is because as soon as this happened, they should have taken the high road, right? They're always trying to sell everyone on this idea that they're these heroes of the First Amendment, that they're these heroes of freedom and rights and all that. And then this happens. And they should, if they even mentioned it at all, it should have been, whoa, we don't support thievery. We don't support that stuff. Our whole thing is that we're legally, peacefully protesting all the buzzwords that they use all the time. What's up, Adela? That's what they should have done to save face. That's what they should have done if this was a legitimate movement. Like we all always say, it's not. But just prove us right. Come out and do a live stream where you tell the world that you intimidated the shop owner into dropping the charges. Hey, we called the shop owner. We threatened to have all of our followers call flood his business and boycott his business until he was forced through threats and intimidation to drop the charges. What they should say, if this is really a movement and they really believe in it, is this guy's a thief. He ain't one of us. We don't do that. We don't support that. We're out. Wash our hands of Brooklyn audits. He lost his Frauditor card. Especially because, and again, the people who are supporting him love to say, oh, well, it was just an orange. But it's not just the orange. One, it's the whole idea of stealing from somebody who's supposed to be like, oh, I never break the law. These cops are just mean because they're mean. I don't actually do anything wrong. Well, actually, you do. Stealing is wrong, even if it's just an orange. But on top of that, the real meat and potatoes of it is the comment. The store owner sees him steal the orange, says something. And what's his response? It's my neighborhood. I take what I want. That's what he said. So, okay, it's just an orange, but let's say it's something else. Let's say you steal somebody's car. And they come on and they say, dude, what are you doing? That's my car. I take what I want. Screw you. And drive away. It's exactly the same thing. Grabbing the orange and sticking it in your pocket. And then the owner catches you. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's 50 cents or $1 or whatever it is. I take what I want. On his way to the police station. $5 from Salacious, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. What the? News Now enemy gets a happy dance and an entry into the contest, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a salacious happy dance. All right. Thank you. So very, very much. And look at this. We got another $5 from Highway Star. I can't believe a New Yorker would let anyone do that to him. That's exactly right. Well, he wasn't going to let him until these two idiots threatened and coerced him and everything else, intimidated him into dropping charges. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Highway Star's Happy Dance. All right. Thank you so much. Yes. Later on, he was worried about someone stealing his scooter. Well, I thought if you lived in the neighborhood, that meant you could take anything you want. So anyone who lives in the neighborhood, by your rationale, is allowed to take your scooter. Because it's their neighborhood, they can do what they want. Right?
And it's weird. I have the audio recording of me saying, "Hey, can I talk to the tough guy?" And they're like, "Give me 1 second," and they transfer me to him.
Yeah, you can see why the cops get away with anything down there.
Yeah, I mean, and no, everybody, just like we spoke about last night, we do not condone theft. What he did was fucked up.
So they don't condone theft, but they did an entire live stream trying to get him out of jail for theft. How does that make any sense? Either you approve of the crime he did or you disapprove. You have to pick a side.
But I believe that men should be able to come to a conclusion of like, "Hey, I fucked up. Yeah, you fucked up," and make an agreement. It doesn't always have to involve the state or the law enforcement, right? And so this man and the owner came to an agreement that they apologize. He apologized.
Wait a minute. These guys are so used to talking in circles and using their con man technology, their con man technique, their circular logic technique in every conversation they have, that they just fall right into it when they're doing this. But before I explain that, another $10 from Highway Star. Tiny said it's time to boogie woogie. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. How did he apologize from jail? No, but see, that's the thing, right? This is why I keep pausing this, because every time News Now Ninja talks, he's building a false narrative. Like I was just saying, these guys, they always use that technique, and now they're using it to try and explain this away. I think that two men should be able to come together and come to an agreement without having to involve the state. But that's not what happened. You just told us what happened, and that's not it. Not me coming up with some weird theory, conspiracy, or something. You just said it. After these two idiots called the store owner, he magically decided he was going to drop the charges. Now, those two guys came up with an agreement, and they didn't have to involve the state. No, you know why that's not true? You know why that's wrong? Do you know why that's a bad idea? In other words, why the two guys can't just come to an agreement without the state being involved? Because the state being involved could potentially stop idiots like you from intimidating the guy into dropping charges, which is what you did. I don't know why the state has to be involved. Well, if they were, they might have stopped you guys. Again, oh, it's just an orange. That's not the point. If he robbed a freaking bank, if he stole a car, if he freaking murdered somebody, what, because he's a frauditor, then he should be allowed to get away with it, and all the other frauditors are going to come together to get him off? You're being a disingenuous douche canoe. You're threatening the store owner with call flooding and harassment from your thousands of fans and whatever else you told him on the phone call you won't play. You'll play the phone call with the DA because you admit you're playing games with him. You think it's funny. But because the store owner fell for your intimidation tactics, because the store owner agreed to drop charges because you two idiots wouldn't leave him alone, and who knows what else you guys threatened him with. And no, I don't think that they threatened him with violence. I think they threatened to have their thousands and thousands of fans between the three of them call flood the guy, ban the store, stop shopping there, maybe even, oh, we can't stop them if they get mad at you and rob the joint, and you end up losing millions of oranges instead of just one. Okay, fine. It's just an orange. I'll drop the charge. I didn't know I was going to have to, go through hell trying to teach this punk a lesson. And these two are like, no, let's let the punk slide because we're punks too. We love watching punks get away with it, and we're going to help him get away with it. And then we're going to call and threaten the DA, but they're not going to fall for it. So we're going to encourage our fans to call flood the district attorney's office. But again, we're supposed to believe that that's not what they did to the store owner, when immediately afterwards they turn around and do exactly that to the district attorney. And have done exactly that every other time. Go back through their videos. That's what they do. That's their MO. And we're supposed to believe that all of a sudden, this one time with this one particular guy who by pure coincidence just happened to agree that he's the one person that they didn't use intimidation tactics on. Because he just happened to agree. He agreed because he fell for the intimidation. What's up, Phil? Thank you for the $9.99. What would their response be if the orange thief had seen an officer do that same thing? Oh, if they saw a cop walk by and steal an orange? Oh, it would be the end of the world. They'd be calling for his job. They'd be calling for his pension. They'd be calling for his qualified immunity. Everything. They'd be trying to bend over backwards to say the state needs to be involved to destroy his career and his life. Thank you, Phil, for bringing that up. The hypocrisy is nauseating. Thank you for the $10. And here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you very much. I love that comment. That's great. And then £5 from Paul Rumor Fraser. Let's point and laugh at douche canoes. All right. Here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love it. You guys are the best in the world. Yeah. Okay, here's the thing, Zerzu. Here's what I think. And I guarantee you we're never going to hear the phone call. First of all, these guys being who they are, I don't see any possible way they didn't record it. But the fact that they are not playing it has got to be proof that they threatened and intimidated the guy into dropping the charges. But on top of that, they're very good at their word salad. They're very good at spinning their false narratives. This is what they do. You watch any of their videos, they're experts at it. So I don't think that they threatened him with a flash shoplift, because then they could get in trouble for that. That would be illegal. I think what they did do was they probably said something like, well, we have thousands and thousands of fans. We have no control over if they get mad that you're pressing charges against our friend and they decide to do something about it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. Oh, man. Anyway, this kid, Brooklyn Audits, this is gonna, I don't know. Let's watch some more of these idiots try to explain their way out of this nonsense. And I'm sorry, they always say cop-splaining. I say fraud-splaining. And that's what they're doing. That's the best possible way I could explain what I'm trying to say. Is because it's a word I made up. Is fraud-splaining. They're using their fraud-splaining to try and explain away this guy's theft and them tampering, harassing, intimidating the store owner into dropping the charges.
For doing
And
what he
yes, I am
did.
accusing them
He's
of
trying
doing
to fix
exactly
the problem.
that.
And the owner dropped the charges. He said, I don't want to pursue any charges. But the DA is holding him. So I'll just play this audio here for you. Let you listen.
What's up, James?
Hey, brother. Hey, we spoke last night. Yeah, okay.
I dropped them, bro.
I'm just making sure I'm speaking with the same person. I have somebody. Okay, I have somebody in New York that's willing to come out there. He's 2 hours away. Are you still willing to take?
Them already. I dropped them already, man.
You dropped the charges?
Yeah, bro. I dropped them. Don't worry about it. I dropped them already.
Okay, well,
I need the papers and everything, bro.
All right. Now listen very closely. And pay very close attention to what is happening in this phone call that he's playing. I am saying that I believe that these two guys called up the store owner and used threats and intimidation to get him to agree to drop the charges. And one of my arguments, one of the pieces of evidence that I see to prove that, is that they didn't play the phone call. But Hezokuai, he's playing the phone call. But what was the first thing that was said in the recording he's playing right now? Hey, remember we talked last night? I just want to make sure this is the... Wait a minute. I want to hear that phone call. I want to hear the phone call that made him decide to say on your next phone call, yes, I already dropped the charges. They're already dropped. I already dropped them. Why would he start the conversation like that? Hey, remember we talked yesterday? Yeah, I dropped the charges. I dropped them. Let me rewind it and listen. Hey, I'm calling to see, are you the guy I spoke to yesterday? I dropped the charges. I dropped them.
Somebody said, I don't want to pursue any charges. But the DA is holding him. So I'll just play this audio here for you. Let you listen.
What's up, James?
Hey, brother. Hey, we spoke last night. Yeah, okay.
I dropped them, bro.
I'm just making sure I'm speaking with the same person. I have somebody.
How did the conversation start? We're supposed to believe that it wasn't intimidation from these two idiots calling him, that they intimidated him into dropping the charges. He doesn't play that phone call. He plays the follow-up phone call. The phone call he's playing, how does the conversation start? Hello? Yes, I dropped the charges. I dropped them. They're dropped. I'm going to play it one more time and then I will address the super chats. But I want to make absolutely certain that everyone is hearing the same thing I'm hearing, and I'm not just making it up. That the phone call where I think these two guys intimidated him into dropping the charges, he doesn't play that phone call. And the phone call he does play starts with, hello, I've just called. I dropped the charges. I dropped them. They're already dropped. Listen.
I dropped him.
So I'll just play this audio here for you. Let you listen.
What's up, James?
Hey, brother. Hey, we spoke last night. Yeah, okay.
I dropped him, bro.
How does the conversation start? We spoke last night. I dropped him, bro. Tell me that doesn't sound like somebody who was intimidated into dropping the charges. Hi, we spoke last night. I dropped him, bro. I dropped him. First words out of his mouth. I dropped him, bro. $1.99 for Paul Rumor Frazier. Thank you to Salacious. Always thank you to Salacious. She's the best. Better than all the rest. And $10 for Maserati 5000 GT. Thank you for expanding my vocabulary with fraud-splaining. That's right. They always want to talk about cop-splaining. I talk about fraud-splaining because that's what they do. And another $1.99 for Paul Rumor Frazier. The DA and the shop owner don't want to waste time. That's exactly right. And they don't want to lose business either. And Deb Beasley, what's up? Good to see you. Society Red, good to see you. And so, Mark Rules, what's up? And so here we are with 3 Hezokuai happy dances on deck. Let's go. All right. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys are the best. So, Donna Rodgers, what's up? Mark Rules, Dad Farted. Norfolk, Southern Pokey District. Robert Custos. Oh, man, I got the best fans in the world. So, for those of you who are just joining us, and Jammin gifted 5 memberships. Just Jammin, thank you so much. And here's another happy dance for Just Jammin. All right. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Oh, I love you guys. Are the best. Better than all the rest. So again, for those of you who are just joining us, we've been covering this whole orange thief situation from Brooklyn Audits because these 2 douche canoes, Tweedly D and Tweedly Dumber, Tweedly Dumb and Tweedly Dumbass, they did this live stream where they were talking about how it's okay because the store owner decided to do the right thing and drop the charges. But if you actually listen to what they're saying, it sounds very much like they called and intimidated the store owner into dropping the charges. And right now, what's happening is News Now Ninja is playing the phone call, but he's not playing the phone call where he said whatever it was he said that got the guy to agree to drop the charges. I believe that he's not playing it because that was him threatening the guy into dropping the charges. What's up, Walter, Texas? I think, what's up, Ironton Auditor? Good to see ya. Ironton's in the house. I think that this whole video actually proves that these guys intimidated him into dropping the charges because this phone call they're playing right now, and I've pointed this out, and I'll do it one last time. When I go back into it, I'll rewind it a little bit. This is the follow-up phone call after they talked to him, and I think intimidated him into dropping the charges. Wait, okay, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. We don't know what happened on that initial call. They won't play that call. They're only playing the follow-up call. So, yes, the first thing the owner said was, "What's up, James?" Okay, so yes, he did. But there wasn't a question that they spoke before. In fact, my argument is that they did speak before. How come they're not playing that phone call? I think that's the phone call where something fishy, whether it was them bribing him or whether it was them intimidating him or whatever it was, something fishy happened on that call, and that's why we're not hearing that one. So yes, Phil, you're absolutely right. But that's my whole argument is we don't know what happened on that phone call, but whatever it was what convinced him to drop the charges. And it wasn't just because he decided, oh, I'm going to be a nice guy and drop the charges. Something was said on that initial phone call that they're not telling us. Anyway, thank you for the $9.99 super chat, and here's your happy dance. All right, thank you, Phil. Thank you so much. Anyway, let's watch a little bit more of this, and then I'll eventually I'm going to turn it off just because we know that it's just depressing that Brooklyn Audits basically is just going to get away with being a crook as always, and nobody's going to care. Anastasia Beaverhausen, who do you thank for your membership? Thank the Rise and Shine with Hezokuai crew for all their support and love and hugs and good vibes that we give every morning to all of our members. We love you all so much here in the Rise and Shine with Hezokuai family, where we look at these two idiots and make us want to punch our screens. All right.
I'm just making sure I'm speaking with the same person. I have somebody. Okay, I have somebody in New York that's willing to come out there. He's 2 hours away. Are you still willing to take?
Them already. I dropped them already, man.
You dropped the charges?
Yeah, bro. I dropped them. Don't worry about it. I dropped them already.
Okay, well,
I see the papers and everything, bro.
He's still in.
Okay, first of all, I don't necessarily think the store owner sounds happy to hear from him. I think the store owner sounds absolutely blazed out of his gourd. Hey, he dropped charges. But what's he saying? I got somebody in New York that's ready to come out there in 3 hours. He'll be there. What was that? Somebody in New York to come out and do what? What are you not telling us there, Ninja? News Now homeless. News Now douchebag. News Now dreadlock. We got to come up with a name for this douche canoe. This guy, he doesn't even deserve a name. He's just a piece of shit. But this guy, he's pretty bad too. Both of these guys are terrible.
In jail, bro. They've kept him.
All right, but I dropped the charges, man.
You dropped it.
I did what I had to do. I swear to God, I dropped the charges, dude.
So, I mean, what do we got to do, man? I'll send somebody to bring you money.
Oh, to give him
man,
money.
don't worry about
Oh,
it.
to give him
I mean, it's
money.
just an orange, you know?
It's all right, bro. Don't worry about it. Just tell them don't do it again to this store, bro.
No, it will never happen again. I just
And if you're really serious about your fan base on YouTube, bro, shout us out, man.
yeah, I'll shout you out for.
That's what I want you. That's what I want you to do for me. All right.
Okay, if you drop the charges for real, then I will shout you out.
Yeah, bro. What's your email? I'll send you the papers.
Yeah, I just sent you. You got my phone number, so just send.
All right. So somebody's asking in the chat, who's the other guy? So just in case anyone doesn't know what we're looking at here, this is News Now Ninja, and this is Auditing Erie County. News Now Ninja is just a general frauditing scumbag because he's just like all the other frauditing scumbags. He's a frauditor and a scumbag. Daniel Warmoss, Auditing Erie County, this guy is one of the insurrectionists who went to the who stormed the Capitol back in January of, I guess, last year. Yeah, everyone heard about all that on the news. He was there. He was one of them. He got caught doing that. So he's an auditor on a whole nother level. He's one of the ones who actually believes in anarchy and hatred and all these things he thinks are a good thing. Violence and all that. He loves it. He relishes in it. That's why I say that he's even worse than Ninja. But they're both bad. And they both obviously are sticking up for this criminal. Because they're criminals too. $1, £2 from Paul Rumor Fraser. All right, here's your happy dance. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Luna Knight, Speed Bards II, Graham Grayfiend. Oh, so many wonderful people here. Maybe the guy in New York is going out there with a box of oranges. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Give these guys the oranges they need. Everybody needs some vitamin C. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. No, see, that's the thing, Peck. Like, I would love to get them all on an island, but that would be expensive, and I don't want to waste money. We got to get them all to Portland. Send them all to Portland. Portland is their dream city. It literally is. They argue, especially people like auditing Erie County. The world that they beg for is Portland. Portland became what it is now because I don't want to get into the whole political thing of it, but people who agree with their idea about decriminalizing stuff and how the cops are mean, so take away the cops' power to be mean, it turns into Portland. So you want to live in the United States, but you want to live without laws, without the cops being able to bother you? Go move to Portland. And it's free. It isn't going to cost you anything except for whatever it takes for you to get there. You don't have to worry about where you're going to live because there are still activists there who still believe in what they're doing that will give you a free tent to live in. You just show up, say, I need a place to sleep. They give you a tent. There's your house. You're done. Never have to pay another bill in your life. You get hungry, you just steal food if you could find any. If you could win the fight that people are fighting over the scraps that are laying in the street in the garbage bins. Because there's no businesses or stores. They're all closed down because of all the crime. You could get cocaine real easy, though. And meth, if you want that, you could just grab some off of anybody. Probably from the dead bodies overdosed in the street, got some in their pocket. No, but see, that's the problem, Anastasia, is that, like, yes, the idea of decriminalizing drugs, I get that. But when you watch these reports from Portland, and when you walk down the street, you literally have to step over the dead bodies of all the people dying of drug overdoses. And you see people cutting up and cooking crack rocks in front of literally their kids right there in the street because it's legal, so they don't care. Oh, just to tell you that Team Skeptic is back, ladies and gentlemen. Moved him to Chicago. Yeah, right. Here's the thing. It would be perfect to put my dream would be to take all of the frauditors, all of the sovereign citizens, and all of the Moors and just put them somewhere. There actually is a place. Like, for real, there's a place. Because obviously, I'm partially joking on the whole yeah, Anastasia. So here's the thing. I get what you're saying. I'm partially joking with the whole Portland thing, just trying to, poke fun at these idiots by like, oh, look at that and look at these basic dystopian nightmare places that are created by people who have a similar philosophy to them. But I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you mean. I understand that. But it's kind of like the whole thing, like I always say, like, when these guys do something, like, okay, I'll give you an example, like misspelling. I have a misspelling in my cards. I have a misspelling in my book. I don't call out people for spelling errors. I make spelling errors. But if you're going to post a video talking about how you know the law better than the cops, if you're going to post a video talking about how you know the law better than lawyers, if you're going to post a video talking about how you know the law better than judges, and you spell there wrong, I'm going to call you out on it. Just because you deserve it. So, again, it isn't about politically whether or not I disagree with the idea of decriminalizing certain things. It's that I agree with picking on these assholes. But you know what? that is a good thing, though. That is a good thing, because somebody mentioned a minute ago about how Team Skeptic was back last night, and I actually wanted to say something about that. He said something about that I thought was great. I wanted to talk about, so that's a perfect segue. I love the way you guys make my job easier by giving me segues. But first, Paul Rumor Fraser for £2. In Portugal, they treat addiction as an illness. That's for the $1.99, and here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you. So yeah, let me say this, and I wanted to talk about this because this is great stuff. So yesterday, Team Skeptic was on, and he was talking, and he said something that I wanted to repeat today because I thought it was brilliant. And the conversation that I just had with Anastasia, I think, is a perfect example of what he was talking about. That's why it's a perfect segue to get into this. So he was talking about how one of the reasons why our group, our community is so awesome is because, and the way he used the example of like a Venn diagram, right? We have all these different people with all these different opinions. We got people on one end that are atheists, and then people like Vilified Freedom who are very Christian. And we got people who believe in this and people who believe in that, and all these different people with all these different beliefs. And he said, if you were to take everyone in this community and put their belief system on a Venn diagram, the point where all the different circles intersect, that section there, that's where we are. That's where these channels exist. That's where our discussions exist. Is in the point that we all agree on. That these guys are douche canoes. That these guys are criminals. That these guys deserve the disdain. That they've earned it. That what they do is wrong. And that it's fun to point and laugh at their stupidity. And ladies and gentlemen, Ray W. for $5. She's from Chicago. She's like, stop saying move them to Chicago. I'm in Chicago, dangnabbit. I'm from Chicago, too. Don't ruin my town. It's already messed up bad enough as it is. All right, I'm going to finish my story about that. But first of all, here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you. All right, let me look it up real quick because I always forget the name. Let's see. I'm going to tell you guys a story in a minute or two. I just got to look something up because I forget the name. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I am awesome because I am the best in the world at being a douche canoe. All right. Bertwile. That's why I always forget the name. I can barely pronounce it. I'll put it in the chat so you can read it. Bertowel. Bertowel. It's a towel made of burrs. This is a nation in Africa that literally has no government. It's an African country with no government, no laws. The only thing it has is borders because the other countries around it enforce their borders. Thank you, Kova 42. All right. No laws, no government. Nobody wants it. And it is official. I mean, it is official that if you go there and because a lot of people have actually done this, but it's never really officially been a thing. A lot of people have gone there and declared it their country, but it's not recognized by anyone anywhere. But it is official that if you go there, if you went there, if I went there, if any one of us went there and declared it our country and actually created and built an infrastructure that would make it function as a nation, then it would be accepted that we were in charge, that it was our country. So nobody's ever done that. People have tried to stake a claim, but nobody's ever actually done it, because the whole reason it doesn't have a government, the whole reason it doesn't have an infrastructure, the whole reason there's literally nothing there is because there's literally nothing there. None of the other countries want to have anything to do with it because there's nothing of value there. You try to build there, you're just going to lose money. Now, maybe, for those of you who don't know, I mean, we're talking like hundreds, if not thousands of years, but Africa is actually splitting in half. It's going to be two countries, and there's going to be a new ocean way, way down in the future. So maybe within that, where all literally everything's going to change, maybe that country will become valuable. It's in between Sudan and Egypt in the desert. Exactly. It's nothing. Thank you for the $1.99, Paul Rumor Fraser. Here's your happy dance. All right. So anyway, I'm not here to give you guys a geography lesson. The point I'm trying to make is take all the frauditors, all the sovereign citizens, all the Moors, and send them there. Give them their own country. Go ahead. Literally no government, no rules, no laws. See how well you guys do there. And let the Moors bring their guns, and let the frauditors bring their cameras, and see who wins. Oh, and your pepper boy. What's up, Society Red? Good to see you. What's up, back? There are a few places that don't have a country that no one's ever claimed. Yeah, because they wouldn't want to. Tequila Kid, what's up? Good to see you. So, anyway, that's that. I'm not going to play any more about that. That's just an update on, yes, the store owner agreed to drop the charges for the guy stealing the orange. And I do honestly believe that he did so because News Now Ninja and Auditing Erie County called and intimidated and threatened and basically forced him to drop the charges, and then celebrated like, oh, he's such a nice guy. He agreed to drop the charges. Yeah, I wonder why he agreed to drop the charges. Again, maybe it was not even a threatening thing. Maybe they just offered him money. They even talked in the follow-up phone call about, hey, we got a guy there we could send with some money, whatever. I see you too. News Now Network is suing Chile. That would be great. As many people as Chile de Castro sues, wouldn't it be wonderful if the entirety of our community came together and filed a class action against him? Get a good 40, 50,000 people in on a class action lawsuit against Chile for destroying their brain cells with his stupidity, tricking them into getting arrested by telling the cops that they don't have to follow the law. But Mr. de Castro told me. What's up, Unclean Hands? In case you missed it, we're just talking about how the orange thief got off because News Now Ninja and Auditing Erie County called and threatened the store owner to get, or whatever, either threatened him or offered him money, or they did something. They won't play that phone call though, but they'll play the follow-up phone call where the guy says he dropped the charges. Ugh. Anyway, we're going to get right back into it with another Frauditor troll video. This one isn't as pressing newsworthy as the other one, but I wanted to play this one as sort of a cool down a little bit from the last one, because in this one, the Frauditor gets his camera smacked, which is always fun to watch. Yes. And this is another great thing because it is a perfect example. Once again, I love to illustrate the douche canoes that audit private businesses. And so in this video, I really wanted to show this one because, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it has gone so far from an idiot 5 years ago or 10 years ago, whatever it was, wobbling his camera around in a post office, to now somebody walking in a rich neighborhood and filming the houses. Yes, auditing random people's homes. Paul Rumor Fraser for £2. Sorry, that was supposed to be the applause. That wasn't a proper happy dance. Here's your proper happy dance. All right. Thank you so much. Oh, yes. So here we go with some random frauditing people at home. Not post offices, not cops. Regular people just sitting in their house, just auditing houses because he's in a rich neighborhood. And apparently it's because he wanted to test the security to see if they'd leave him alone. Gamer Eater Eat, what's up? Well, let me ask you this. What's the philosophy behind that? Like, well, let's see. Security guards are there to protect the property. So I'm going to test them to see if they're doing their job of protecting the property by walking around there with my camera looking suspicious. And then if they say something to me, they're not doing their job. They're being civil rights violators. What's next? Are they going to start stealing oranges to see if the cops would have the audacity to arrest them for theft? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Showman renewed his membership for 2 months. Yay! All right, here's a happy dance for Brian Showman. All right, thank you so much. Oh, Kolrak, I didn't say hi to you earlier. What's up, Kolrak? All right. Well, anyway, let's check it out and see this idiot auditing private residences because, yeah, that's government accountability. Oh.
Now, Offset unfortunately lost his cousin to a violent crime last year. And I'm sure the last thing he wants to deal with is an annoying, dumb frauditor that's just there to harass him at his home. Anyways, the frauditor gets dealt with appropriately by the security guards and the cops. With that being said, enjoy the video.
Okay, so real quick with that intro, there's a couple things. First of all, with that intro, well, first, Chris Kelling with $2. Sounds like he's trying to entrap the security. Yes, he is. And here's your happy dance. All right. Now, real quick, a little thing about that intro, just in case you guys didn't catch it or understand what the heck Frauditor Troll's talking about there. He's auditing a rich neighborhood, filming residences. Supposedly, his big explanation is he's trying to test whether or not the security guards will stand up for his rights, right? Whatever. Obviously, we all know that that's BS. But the point that Troll's trying to make is these are rich people. And at one point in the video, the owner does come out. Now, it does seem clear, and I do believe that the frauditor has no idea who this guy is. I believe that. I think he was just there because he knew it would look suspicious. Just like people like Amagansett Press walking down the street filming random buildings that the random buildings just happen to always be jewelry stores or banks. The random building he's filming every time just happens to be a jewelry store or a bank. No, he didn't pick those on purpose because it looks suspicious when you do that. So this guy obviously picked rich people's houses, not even knowing which rich person's house he's filming, just because he knows it's going to look suspicious. Especially because he's standing in the road. And one of the things that's going to happen in this video is they're going to argue about easement versus private property. But, I mean, it gets ridiculous. In fact, I might even fast forward some of that because it's such a stupid argument. But the point is, what Frauditor Troll was just talking about is important to understand. Because when the owner of the house comes out, again, I believe that the frauditor didn't recognize him, that he didn't target that guy's specific house, that he was just roaming around a rich neighborhood knowing that it would arouse suspicion. So I do believe that the frauditor didn't know who the celebrity was. But Frauditor Troll does know. And that's what he's talking about. He's trying, what Frauditor Troll just said, the point he was making is this guy recently just had his brother pass away, this horrible situation that he just went through. So of course he's not going to like creepy dudes roaming around his property with the camera. Of course that's going to drive, like, duh. He's got a reason to be worried. Now, yes, okay, I will give it to the frauditor that he probably didn't know. But understanding that puts it into a perspective where it's right, what, like, yeah, basically, because he's definitely not a basketball player. He's short and he's got a tummy. Oh, it's Cardi B and Offset. Okay, there you go. Oh, he was told it was Cardi B's house? All right, well, there you go. See? What? You know what? You know what? This comment right here. Where is it? Right here. Cardi B's heart. Cardi B. Offset. Rappers. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, remind me, please, because I love you guys, and I know you love me. And I see the same people here every day, so I want you guys to remind me if I forget. I can't help myself. Something inside me always wants to give people the benefit of the doubt. So I'm like, well, you know what? Yeah, this guy probably was just, I mean, yeah, he was doing it on purpose to be a douche canoe, but I don't know. Oh, it turns out he did know exactly where they... Why do I give these guys the benefit of the doubt? Because every time I do, I get proven wrong. I always try to think, maybe they're not really that evil. Maybe they really are just that stupid. No, they really are just that evil. Thank you, Luna. I appreciate that. That's why we like you, because we can tell you're a good person. Yes. I try. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
Yeah.
Just keep walking. Just keep walking.
Oh, I thought you called me.
You ain't say nothing. Just keep walking.
I thought you said, hey.
Just keep walking.
Got you.
So obviously the security guards can tell he's just not a regular person that's just walking by, because he walked by and then he's coming back and walking slowly, lurking in front of the house, and they're going to do their job. They're going to investigate and get rid of the problem.
I guess this guy's used to intimidating people and telling them to keep walking.
Hey, man, could you stop filming us? What is this? What is this? Who do you work for?
Just taking pictures on a public street, brother.
Man, but you filming me, okay? Don't do that.
You're in public.
Hey, man, listen. We don't want, look, I know you out here trying to get an encounter and all.
Well, then don't engage then. If you know that, don't engage.
Not today.
Don't engage then.
Listen, just keep,
Now, this is a public street. You can't tell me to keep walking down a public street. You got no authority to tell me to walk anywhere.
I know, man.
Unless I'm on private property, you need to just quit talking to me.
Okay, I'll quit talking. But
That would be a smart move. Stay, mind your business. Do your job over there. You don't control the street. You might punk other people. You ain't punking nothing this way, partner. What? You too. Be professional.
you be professional.
I am. I didn't say nothing to you. So this is their professional security guard telling you F you because you standing on the street filming. They need to get some better security people because that's going to get them a liability.
A liability for what? You're standing in the middle of the street like an absolute dipshit trying to record their house. Obviously, they're going to have an issue with that, and the security guards are doing their job properly. You're not even on the sidewalk because there isn't a sidewalk. Obviously, you're here to create a situation. You're here to create a problem, and they can see that.
What you doing? What's that supposed to do? Okay. Here. These are some nice houses over here, though. I like them. Man, y'all should be professional, brother. This ain't professional.
We is, man. We trying to keep the peace over here, man.
I mean, yelling to people on the street to tell them to keep moving ain't keeping the peace, brother.
Yeah, it is.
People had the right to come up and down the street.
We don't try to stop them. We have to just keep it moving, man.
You can't tell me to keep it moving.
We don't
You
like
don't have
people
authority.
we don't like being on film, bro.
Well, create your
We
privacy.
don't like our clients to be on film.
I understand you may not like it, but you don't have the right to tell people to move down the street. This is a public street.
Well,
I get that you don't like it. I respect that, but you don't have the right to tell me to move down the street.
We don't tell them. We ask them.
Well, he just told me to keep it moving. He didn't say, please, can you please walk down? He wasn't friendly. He said, keep it moving. That's what he
If
said.
you did say it nice, you would still say
we're
no.
asking if you could please keep it moving.
I understand you asking, and I'm politely telling you no.
See?
Just because I don't like
Well,
the way you came off about it.
Well,
No, you
Respect
would've
that
said
people
no.
had a right to be on the public street. I'm not causing no disturbance. I didn't cause on the
but you're
property.
filming private property, man.
It's totally legal.
Okay,
You might
well,
think you may not like it, but it's legal.
right.
So people can take pictures of nice houses. They got a pond with ducks. I could take a picture of it.
Standing in the middle of the
Can't stop
street
you from doing
in
it.
traffic.
You're right.
So why are you trying to?
I ain't trying to stop you.
Well, keep it moving is trying to stop it.
Yeah.
Let me give you a little advice. You get somebody here, your best bet, just trust me, is to not engage with them unless they cross into that property.
True that.
And to be honest with you, there's an easement along here, but they got to go past that easement before they're trespassing.
But, right here is the easement, right here.
Yeah, it's right in there. But
Yeah.
but off of every street, there's a few feet easement
Okay,
depending
so-
on what
Well,
city
I don't
you're
know
in.
which.
He just pointed out the easement, and you could even see it. Like if you look, you could see here this flat part where the property line basically ends, and then this is the easement here. And this guy just pointed at this, said, "This is the easement." The frauditor's literally standing in the middle of the street, and he's telling him, "Yeah, here's the easement." He's like, "Yeah." So it's like, but then now he's gonna spend like, oh my goodness. He's gonna spend like 20 minutes arguing with this guy about easements, and we're not even 7 minutes in, and already I got people passing out over here because of this riveting Pulitzer Prize level journalism. So let's get to the point to where the owner comes out.
You got a black backpack on? We don't know what you got in that bag.
Brother, ain't nothing but film equipment. I ain't saying nothing to be threatening, so let's not start that. Let's not start that narrative. I ain't threatening not a person here, and I ain't going to threaten nobody here. All I got's a camera.
Walking with a black backpack on.
What does that mean?
And you over here antagonizing us.
What did I say? I'll be quiet if you be quiet. You the one telling me to keep moving down the street.
Because that's my job to tell you to keep it moving. Why would you?
Brother, your job is to secure the property. Your job is not to go out in public and tell people what to do. Simple as that.
You're 100% right. It is as simple as that. Their job is to secure the property. And right now, you look like a possible threat. So they will investigate and they will deal with you until you leave.
I'm Shannon, bro.
What's up, man? What's up, man?
No, please don't get physical, brother. All right,
All right, then you can get physical about being
no, I ain't
being on the
physical.
street.
No, I ain't
It's the
being
same
physical.
thing.
No, that ain't physical.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
No.
I'm not going.
Bro, please. I mean, I'm being respectful, but don't start grabbing my stuff. I ain't grabbing nothing of yours, please.
Okay, then. But you
I'm on a public street.
You on a public street, but you're
Yeah.
not respecting people. Peace.
Bro, now you're getting physical.
You're not respecting people.
Don't
peace.
hit my camera equipment.
That is awesome. You know it's on now because these frauditors absolutely hate it when someone touches their camera. You best believe he's about to start crying and call the cops.
Bro,
Stop antagonizing people.
he came over and hit my camera. I ain't
Okay,
did
then.
nothing
If
to
I
you.
came to your house,
Bro, Stop.
if I came to your house,
I'm telling
right?
you, I'll call the cops and press assault charges.
They on the way. Don't worry about it.
You call the police you want. That means you're might get him in trouble. I ain't touched the man.
My thing is, if you know this,
If I know
Hey,
why
JC,
are you
don't-
doing
hey,
it?
don't-
Why are you
I'm
doing it?
recording him.
Why are you doing it? Why are you doing it?
Stop.
Why?
Stop.
Don't touch me, man.
You're touching
Why
me.
are you? I'm holding my hand in front of your camera.
You're in my space.
I'm holding my hand in front of your
Don't
camera.
come up to me like
I'm
that.
holding.
Oh, I love that one. I love that one. And that's one of the techniques I always wanted to use. I think I've said this before. Hey, Robert Custos, what's up? Good to see you. My ultimate goal, like if I could find a way to make this happen, I would love to do it. Like I mean, it's not like the kind of thing where it's like, man, I don't know if I'd really have the courage or if I'd really be able to bring myself to do that. No. If I could find out when and where these guys were going to be before they showed up and could afford to be there, I would be there with bells on with my camera to film myself auditing auditors. And I already know exactly how I would handle it. And because I'm so familiar with most of them, I would be able to tailor how I would handle it to the specific auditor. In a situation like this, that would be one of my standard techniques. They have all their standard techniques. One of my standard techniques would be to get up real close like that. And when they say you're in my space, I'd say, is that a felony or a misdemeanor? Or I'd say, well, I'm in a public place. You stop being a tyrant telling me where to stand. How dare you bark directives and orders at me and tell me I can't stand wherever I want in public? Well, you're standing close to me. Is that a felony or a misdemeanor? Well, you're in my private space, so press charges. I got it on tape that I never touched you. All of this stuff, but they always want to flip the script on the cops. I flipped the script on the frauditors. I think that would be fun. I'd love to do that. Oh, that would be so cool. Yes, he's loitering. And that's the thing. And again, so much goes back to intent. And they'll say, oh, you don't know my intent. Well, again, you'll never tell us your intent because you lie. And we know you lie because that's what you do. Every single video you make, you lie in it. So you expect us to take your word for it. They always paint this picture. Hamaganza Press is an expert at painting this exact same picture, but all of them do it. They always paint this picture that I'm walking down the street, I saw something cool, I decided to film it because it was cool. And I'm just sitting there filming the thing because it's cool, and then all of a sudden, everyone's giving me a hard time for no reason. I don't understand. But the random cool things they just happen to see and decide to take a picture of are always specifically things they target on purpose to arouse suspicion. And if that wasn't true, then where's the audit? What are you auditing if you didn't target that specific location intentionally to arouse suspicion? Well, that wasn't my intent. Well, what was your intent? To test the reaction. The reaction to what? What are you testing their reaction to? To you acting suspicious. You're acting suspicious intentionally to test their reaction to you walking around acting suspicious. Because every freaking day, people all over the world that are randomly deciding to film something, and nobody bothers them. What did this guy do here? And this is why, like, the beginning of this video, I know a lot of people in the chat were complaining about it being boring, and it is, but Troll chose, I believe, at least this is what I got out of it, Troll chose specifically to leave that footage in there intentionally. What's up, Script Cat? Don't think I didn't notice you. Blue Vaughn, what's up? To make a point. He wanted to show exactly what this guy did to arouse suspicion. He walked past the property. If you're walking past the thing and you see something cool and you just film it, that's his big excuse. But then he got to the corner, turned around, and came back to film it again. How does that not look like you're purposely going out of your way to case the joint? That's literally Terry v. Ohio. Chili loves to bring up Terry v. That's literally Terry v. Ohio. They kept walking back and forth in front of the same place because they were casing the joint. He literally walked back and forth in front of this guy's house. It looks to them like he's casing the joint. The security guards are standing there watching him walk by, didn't say a word. Then he turns around and walks back. And that's when they're like, all right, keep walking, buddy. That's where it all started. The first time he walked past, if their narrative was true, then everything would be fine. He'd walk past, the security guard standing there watching him walk past, no problem. But as soon as he gets a few steps away, he turns around and starts walking back. Again, the security guard watches him walk past. Then he kind of stops and starts filming the house again. Keep walking, buddy. Because at that point, now he's arousing suspicion. But we're supposed to believe that that wasn't his intent. That he was just there to audit the security guards. What are you auditing? Their reaction. Their reaction to what? To me doing this. So how can you say it's not your intent to purposely go out of your way to arouse suspicion when that's the audit? Acting suspicious to see how they react to you acting suspicious is the audit. And yet in the exact same sentence, we're supposed to believe that that wasn't your intent. These guys are so full of... Oh, these guys are bad.
Put it in my hand in front of your
I'm
camera.
on a public street.
Okay,
Come on,
but you filming this man property.
I'm filming all over.
It don't matter.
I'm filming.
You cannot do that. This is advertising. You're irritating the whole situation
I
over
won't
here.
say a word to you.
It don't matter, man.
I won't say a word.
Why are you doing this? Are you bored? What is
I'm
it?
bored.
He ain't getting no pussy, man.
That's what it is. Yeah.
He got a
Saying,
Crocs
man.
on,
Yeah, I got Crocs on.
Man, he got Crocs on. He ain't getting no pussy. You know what I mean?
I'm telling y'all, if y'all want to protect him, tell him don't do that, man.
Man, the
He's putting
police about to
himself in
come
a
in
bad
and wait.
situation. If I walked up to you and slapped your camera or something, it'd be another story, wouldn't it? I mean, you wouldn't like it too much, would you? If I walked up to you recording and slapped
What
your
kind
stuff,
of story are you trying to get?
that's not what my question was. If I
See, and there you go. Once again, already, ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorites, fraud explaining techniques. What's up, Conspiracy Music? Good to see you. Another example of one of the classic fraud explaining techniques, false equivalencies. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, false equivalencies available now, brought to you by your local frauditor. For example, asking Rogue Nation, why is it okay for you to bother the secretary at the DMV? His answer, because a cop killed somebody once. False equivalency. Yes. And now, this douche canoe. telling this guy that, well, if I was standing in front of your house and you smacked my camera, how would you feel? Well, no. If I walked up to you and smacked your camera, how would you feel? No. You're standing in front of my house and I smacked your camera. If I was standing in front of your house and you smacked my camera, I'd understand why you smacked it. Again, false equivalency. You're making it sound like he just randomly came up to you out of nowhere and smacked your camera for no reason. Well, how would you like it if I did that to you? That's not what he did. If he was filming your house and you smacked his camera, he'd understand. And he's about to explain that. But again, these guys with their false equivalencies, always. Leland's like, what does getting laid have to do with anything? Well, it's the owner of the house knowing and understanding that technically the guy is not on his property, so there's really nothing he could do. So he's trying to do something, and the only thing he can think of is insults. And the fact of the matter is, I mean, you don't even have to go that far because this is a rich neighborhood, and this dude just came out of his multi-million-dollar mansion. I think he already is winning compared to the Frauditor. Like, he doesn't have to, I mean, he is, whatever, he's doing it. But he doesn't even have to play that game. It's like, well, let's see. Who's the bigger man and better and all that stuff? Who's winning in life? The idiot who's standing out in the middle of the street in traffic filming my house, or me who lives in a big-ass mansion that's so big and so awesome that this dumbass thinks it's appropriate to record it. He's winning in life, but again, like Frauditor Troll said at the beginning of this, he knows this guy, he knows his story, and he just went through some serious stuff in his life. So he's not mentally in the mood to be dealing with random nonsense from idiots like this right now. Basically, that was kind of like why I pointed that out earlier when Frauditor Troll said his opening statement, is that not necessarily excusing this guy's behavior, but understanding that this isn't just some random dude, that this guy, again, the Frauditor selling the false narrative that he just happened to be walking by, saw a cool looking house and filmed it. No, this was a targeted attack on someone who just went through a hard time, specifically for the purpose of arousing suspicion so we could audit the response of the security guards. And I'm going to say it again. I've already said it a couple times, but Flower Power, what's up? Oh, Flower Power got a copy of the Frauditors Handbook. I'm going to give Flower Power a happy dance for that one. All right. Thank you for the support. That's right. So anyway, yeah, these guys, this whole thing, and again, I have to say it again because it's part of every single one of these guys' MO every time. Okay. They will make the argument that you don't know what my intention was. You can't say what I was thinking. You can't say why I was filming. You don't know. And then they'll say, well, I was testing this, I was testing that. In other words, you're going out, arousing suspicion intentionally on purpose to test the reaction of the people who you're acting that way. Like, how can you make the argument that you weren't intentionally trying to get a negative reaction from them when you're doing things that cause a negative reaction to audit their reaction? Like, in calling it an audit in and of itself, you're admitting that you're doing it on purpose. And then when we say you're doing it on purpose, you say, well, you can't say that. How do you know? Because it's an audit. That's what an audit is. You're testing their reaction to you acting like a douche canoe. He's testing the reaction of the security guards. Well, their reaction to what? To me acting like an ass. Exactly. You're doing it on purpose.
I walked up to you and slapped your camera, you would be upset.
Okay, if you came to my house.
If I walked up to you,
if I came to your house,
bro, as much as you don't like it, it's a public street.
No.
You ain't got the right to come up and batter my equipment like that.
Public street too, right? So
you don't have the right to do that, bro.
If you wake up in the morning, and I got a camera to your face and just recording, and
if you out on the public street, if somebody out on the public street, you don't have the right to come up and hit their equipment.
Ladies and gentlemen, Raven Wing with the membership. All right. And that gets Raven Wing another Hezokuai happy dance. All right. Thank you so much. That's right. Hey, Silvio, what's up? Grampus, what's up? Oh, wait a minute. Is Josh in here? Is BSBT in the house? Oh, boy. See, because he knows my guest on Sunday is going to be Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Hezokuai and the Frauditors News Network. He knows my guest is going to be KFAR, and he's not stupid. He knows that we're going to have, with KFAR on, that we're going to be talking about him. I think that's why all of a sudden he started showing up in my chat every morning. But, I need a wrench. Everyone wants a wrench so they could hit BSBT over the head with it. Anyway, yeah, broken system. What's great is everybody knows your story because you've said it. You flat out said it on a live stream. Like when I first started doing it, I did do it right. But then I realized that doesn't force a negative reaction. So I changed my ways. No, it's Saturday. I said Sunday because I'm an idiot. Yes, Gamer88, it's Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not afraid of jail or smashing a frauditor in the mouth. Come film me, douche. That's right. The Butterbrain douche canoes are on full display. What's up, New York Public Tour? Yeah, so anyway, so that goes on for a while, him arguing with the owners, blah, blah, blah. Eventually the cops come, and the cop's pretty cool. The way he talks to this guy. But, I mean, ultimately, of course, nothing happens, as always. Oh, you know what? Since Broken System, Broken Trust is here, so what do you feel about Brooklyn Audits being a thief, filming himself being a thief, and then lying about it after he did it on film? So I never said my goal was to get negative reactions. So what is your goal of acting like someone that if you weren't doing it to a cop, they would beat you with a stick and possibly put you in the hospital if you talk that way to a random person when you weren't hiding behind a camera? What is your intent of doing that to the cops? To make them smile and suckle your penis and lick your boots, maybe? Act like your slave following your directives because you pay their salary? All right, thank you. Finally, I agree with something Broken System, Broken Trust says. He thinks Brooklyn Audits deserves to have the book thrown at him. That's right. Did you hear that? What happened was the store owner dropped the charges because News Now Ninja and Daniel Warmoss called a guy and threatened and harassed him and basically intimidated him into dropping the charges. Did you hear about that? Now, okay, what they literally did to get him to agree to drop the charges, I don't know. They won't play that phone call. They'll only play the follow-up phone call where he says that he dropped the charges. but they won't play the phone call where they initially contacted him. I wonder if either this is what happened. Either they offered him money, which News Not Ninja does mention money. So either they offered him money to drop the charges, or they threatened to have their fans call flood and boycott and everything else because they have thousands and thousands of fans, intimidating the guy into dropping the charges. I think that they did, because it's them, they did something nefarious, and that's why they won't play the initial call to convince him to drop the charges. But yes, that's not cool. And you can't just do that. And there are some people who are like, oh, it was just an orange. That's not the point. The point is, we always say that these guys are just crooks. And here's proof. The guy's a criminal. And again, and I cannot stress enough, it isn't just the fact that he took the orange. It is a huge illustration of the attitude of this punk. That when he took the orange, the store owner said, hey, what are you doing? And what was his response? It's my neighborhood. I'll take whatever I want. Absolute heartless scumbag. Period.
Your name?
You don't get my name, sir. By our department, my chief. I don't have to give you my name on my badge number, 337.
Right.
Fair enough?
That's how it is.
Okay, that's how it is, sir.
No problem.
Okay, what's going on?
Just trying to get this gentleman to keep it moving on. He's kind of antagonizing the property owners.
I didn't antagonize anybody.
Anything, but we just ask him if he just keep moving because he's just filming, and trying to keep the private property.
Okay, well, obviously it's not against law to film.
Right.
And he has every right to film.
Right.
Now, you are in the roadway, which is against the law. And if you don't live around here, you're loitering and prowling. Do you have a...
Okay. Already, here we go. And this kind of goes back to the whole broken system, broken trust thing. And Wolverine Transparency does the same thing, his little partner over there. And most of these frauditors do this, okay? The guy is standing in the middle of the road. That is an issue anywhere. You don't stand in the middle of the road. Not just whether or not it's legal. It's stupid. You could get hit by a car. You don't just stand in the middle of the road. The intimidation and the lies. What is the cop doing that's a lie and that's an intimidation tactic? Yes, it's legal for you to film, but you're standing right in the middle of the street. He is standing in the middle of the street. That's not a lie. How's the officer intimidating you by telling you that you're about to get hit by a damn car by standing in the middle of the road? Everything a cop says to these idiots is some kind of big plot scam. It has nothing to do with the fact that this guy is obviously looking for trouble. So this cop is like, you want trouble? You got it! You want trouble? I'm gonna give you some. Be careful what you wish for. You might get it. Dumbass.
Are you local?
I'm working on a story. I don't answer questions. I'm a journalist. As you can see, this is probably not.
I don't. Do you have any journalist
credentials? Do you have a card on you by chance?
Do you have any journalist credentials?
Oh, I got them.
Okay,
but the First Amendment allows me to walk down a public street.
It sure
As
does.
a matter of fact, I never said a word to anybody.
Okay.
I was quiet.
Okay.
They started engaging me.
Okay. Well, I'm fine with that. But you just said you're a journalist, so I'd like to see some kind of credentials to show you're a journalist.
Well, I don't need to provide that.
Well, you just said you're a journalist.
I am.
Well, I'm a space astronaut.
I don't have to show you credentials. I have a First Amendment right to
Legendary
walk down
cop.
the street.
I love it. Love
Now,
it. Love
First
it.
Amendment right does not authorize you to walk down the street. First Amendment is freedom of speech, sir.
And it's also
Okay, now
freedom
the
of
cop
press.
kind
That
of
is
talks
the
over this.
Third
but he does
Amendment.
correct it.
Second
Third
Amendment.
Amendment is no soldiers in the home.
Now, Second Amendment.
About easements.
Oh yeah, they argue about easements and anything.
They take pictures
Clear.
of the house.
But you
see
understand-
them out in public, take pictures.
You understand?
It's part of the
You
life.
understand that they have a job to do, right? They're hired and they have a job to
I
do,
understand.
right? And if
And
they
can
don't,
ask, yeah.
right? So that's what I'm saying is like, respect the fact that they have a job to do,
Right.
just like you have a profession to do.
Right.
And I think I've treated you with nothing but respect since I got here.
You could have said your name, but
Well, I'm not authorized.
projects attitude.
I'm not authorized to give you my name. I don't have to.
I know you don't.
Okay.
Have to,
Well, that's but as professional.
But,
337 is my badge number. That's all I have to give. I don't have to give you my name. You want to know why I have to give you my name?
What is yours?
375. And I'll tell you why I don't have to give you my name. Because I have my life and my welfare and my family to protect. So you don't need my name.
It's public record.
Well, then do the work to get it.
I will.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's public record. So if you want privacy, you're probably in the wrong job.
Well, it's all about safety.
It's public
It's
record.
all about my safety.
It's still public record.
I understand. But yes, that's do the work. I'm not just going to freely give you my name. And we don't have to by our chief. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. But
that's off a little more professional.
Well, talk to my chief. Chief Simone. I'll give you his phone number. You call him and ask him why he.
You don't carry cards?
We do not, sir.
You don't carry cards?
Nope. Okay. We don't have cards.
Once again, and as always, you guys have to act professional. I thought you were a professional journalist, but you don't have to act professional. Well, because I work for myself. So if you're a professional journalist, you don't have to act professionally because you're your own boss. If you're your own boss, you should be fired for acting unprofessional. The cop is cool. The cop is great. Broken system. Listen. The cop does, again, because you guys love to play circular logic word games with people to specifically, purposely discombobulate them and make them sound stupid. The cop does misspeak when he talks about the amendments with this guy at first. But then the cop stops and says, wait, oh, no, yeah, you're right. You're right. The First Amendment covers, and then he goes over it and says it properly. But at first, yeah, he does screw up. And he admits it when he realizes it after the frauditor actually gives him a second to think and put his brain straight. I love the way that the cop says what he's saying, though, right? Like, oh, yeah, well, your stuff is public record. Okay, well, then do the legwork to get the information. Fill out your FOIA requests. Go ahead. He's acting professional, like a professional comedian, right? Let's go back to some more of this cop.
I wish I did.
So here's the thing, man.
Yeah.
What this is a test of First Amendment rights.
That's fine.
And anytime I do this all over. So anytime there's a place that feels that they can bully you off of a public area.
Well, so you're doing this. So you're intentionally doing this.
Yeah, it's all
okay.
Yeah.
What? Because Sandy Springs bullied you before?
No, it's not about Sandy Springs. You're really animated.
Well, I'm just saying. You just said you.
I'm trying to explain it to you, but you're
okay.
So
go for
pumped
it.
up
Absolutely.
that you can't.
Yes, he is very animated because when you listen to a frauditor, you cannot help yourself but being astonished by their stupidity, by the nonsense that comes out of their mouth. So obviously, from time to time, you might make a funny face or two.
Listen.
Absolutely. Go for it.
So what it is I got a tip. This is what I do.
Okay.
I have a channel and I do this.
Okay.
I go around and I test things like this.
Okay.
I really don't know who that dude is, honestly.
Okay.
I know that there's a woman here that's famous, but I don't know
okay.
who that dude is. My point is, I go around and I stay in public places.
Okay.
And I test whether our rights are respected in a public place.
By.
Okay. I'm sorry. Real quick, I do have to apologize. For earlier, I didn't catch that the first time I watched this video, but people in the chat were telling me that he knew whose house that was. He just said, well, I know that there's a famous woman who lives here. I don't think I caught it the first time because he doesn't specifically say this is Cardi B's house or whatever. He just says, I knew there was a famous woman and I didn't catch that the first time I saw this. So I apologize for trying to give him the benefit of the doubt and assuming that he didn't know. He did know, and he admits it in the video.
By anybody.
By anybody.
Police and security guards and the people that may live there or walk around or whatever.
Okay.
So I stay on a public place.
Okay.
I didn't say a word to him. I don't try to antagonize. I don't go
Fair
up
enough.
yelling and talking shit.
Fair enough.
I mind my business quietly, and I film. And I make sure that our rights are protected in public.
Okay. Now,
just because he don't like it, I give him. I understand it. Trust me, I'm a reasonable person.
Right,
I get that he don't like it. But my point is this: how you engage me is the question. So their first step was
to be hostile
was keep it moving.
Yeah.
They yelled at me, keep it moving.
Yeah.
And that's the point.
It's no problem over here, boss.
Right.
It's just this man, like, you know, like, say if I was just saying, like, you know, he wake up in the morning and somebody come in with cameras in front of their house, you want to be suspicious about it.
I get it.
Yeah. All right.
But you know it. But you know if you're famous, you kind of know why.
I think we trying to
agreeing
say.
with you.
I think you just want their safety and privacy.
Like, bro, like,
you cut in while he was
like,
talking.
bro, like, if you give me your card, or something like that, maybe I can get you an interview. Maybe I can get you,
brother. No offense, but I don't even know who you are, bro.
House or something.
No offense, but I don't even know who you are.
I don't give a fuck. It don't matter. Hey, you still
no offense. No offense.
We got it. You ain't helping.
You would be wise not to hit people's cameras, though.
You ain't helping us.
I'm sure they'll tell you that. You'd be wise not to smack my camera because I could have defended myself.
So,
it would not.
Anyway, so the guy doesn't end up getting in any trouble or anything, of course, because once again, and as always, the horrible, evil, rotten, no good, disgusting, vicious, violent tyrant doesn't do anything because he's not. Because if he was a tyrant, that guy would already be on the ground getting his face busted open and his skull cracked. Like I was saying to Broken System, Broken Trust when he was in here yesterday. If all the cops do is run around beating people into a coma, how come you haven't been beaten into a coma yet? I mean, you purposely go out of your way to bait cops all day, every day. That's your job. So you would think that they'd be putting you in the hospital at least twice a month, right? Because that's what you do every day. Oh, but it's never happened once. Maybe it's not as common as you try to sell it. Danny says he went there because he was told by someone previously that that's where Cardi B lived. He knew, and he went there because he was told. That's right. Purposely going out of his way to look for trouble. And here's your Hezokuai happy dance. All right. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's see. Wait, what? The answer is no. General public care about public photography. I would make the argument that that's what everybody here is discussing and showing an interest in at some level. Here's the thing. I think the point is that when they make the argument that I'm just filming in public, what's the problem? I think when someone here says the general public doesn't care about public photography, what they're saying is, if you're literally just out there filming like the big argument is all the time, nobody would care. At most, they would say, hey, why are you filming? And if the person who was filming says, oh, I thought this was cool looking, I thought I'd get some pictures for my YouTube channel. Cool. I say, ask him, oh, yeah, I'm just making a little film for my YouTube channel. You want to be in it? I could film you, maybe do like a little interview, ask you some questions about the area or the neighborhood or something. Oh, yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah. But that's not what happens, is it? Because that's not baiting a negative reaction, is it? You know what is baiting a negative reaction? Hey, why are you filming? How dare you violate my First Amendment right by asking me why I'm filming? Get out of my face. I'm going to call the cops. Pepper spray, pepper spray, pepper spray. Screw you. I have freedom and you don't. Lick my boots. Do what I tell you because I have a camera. Bleh. That's what happens. What's up, Dealer Streaming? That's the difference. That's the point we're trying to make. Nobody cares about public filming. If you just happen to be filming outside for the legitimate reasons that you guys always try to spin the false narrative into us supposedly trying to believe that you're doing it for innocent reasons, you just happen to be filming, then when somebody asked you what you were doing, that's what you would tell them. And everything would be fine. There'd be no argument. There'd be no discussion. There'd be no arrest. There'd be no trespass. None of those things would happen. What you doing? Oh, I'm just filming for my YouTube channel. I wanted to get some footage of this, that, and the other thing. Oh, cool. You know, all right, have a good day. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. Why can't you just have the conversation 2 seconds out of your day instead of a 2-hour argument that ends up with somebody getting trespassed or someone getting pepper sprayed or someone getting arrested? How about 5 seconds to say, oh, no, I'm just filming for my YouTube channel. No problem. What's up, NCR News Network? Good to see ya. News Now Enemy, what's up? They're aggressive instigators. Exactly. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. Okay, let me ask you something. Since you want to play this stupid game, let me ask you something. You're saying that, well, why would someone just walk up to someone else and ask them, what are you doing? Do you just walk up to random people and say, what are you doing? If they're filming me, I don't just walk up to random people and say that, but neither do they. They walk up to the idiot that's filming them. They walk up to the idiot that's screaming at the cops for no reason. They walk up to the idiot that's looking suspicious, lurking around, like as if they're casing the joint. Purposely going out of their way to arouse suspicion and then getting mad when they get what they wanted and people become suspicious. That's why you guys are idiots and hypocrites. Because you guys always build those false equivalencies. Just like in this video I just watched. The false equivalency he built there, it's the same idea. He walks up to the dude, smacks the camera. The dude says, well, what would you do if I smacked your camera? Do you just walk up to people on the street and smack their camera? I didn't just walk up to someone on the street and whack his camera. I walked up to the idiot that was filming my house and whacked his camera. Would I be mad if you just walked up to me and whacked my camera? Yes. Would I be mad if I was filming your house and you came out and wrecked my camera? No, I'd understand why you did it. False equivalency. Why is it okay to walk up to someone who's filming and ask him why he's filming? Do you just walk up to people all the time and ask them what they're doing? No, because idiots aren't standing on the corner filming me all the time. That's not normal. I don't care how much you idiots try to sell it as normal. It's not. An extremely small percentage of the population does what you idiots do. People aren't used to seeing that. It's weird. I say this every day because I'm from Chicago. So I'm used to seeing people walking around the loop with their cameras out. And nobody says anything because there's so many tourist attractions there. You got the Bean, you got the Picasso, you got the Sears Tower, you got all these different buildings that people would want to film. You got sets and scenes and areas where, you know, the Blues Brothers were filmed. There's so many things in Chicago that people want to film. You see people walking around with cameras all the time, and nobody cares. So if you see somebody filming something that makes sense that somebody would want to film, they're going to leave them alone. If you don't believe me, look at when Long Island Audit was filming. Again, I want to say Mastodon like I did yesterday. It wasn't a freaking mastodon. It was, what's that other, not elephant? A woolly mammoth. When Long Island Audit was filming the mammoth skull, nobody bothered him. He even pointed that out later in the video. Well, how come when I was filming that, nobody had a problem with it? Because that's the kind of thing that it makes sense that someone would want to film. That's a cool thing that you would want to film. That makes sense. That's logical. Nobody's going to think that filming that looks suspicious. Standing in front of a bank, especially if you got a mask on, glasses, and a bulletproof vest like Casey Camera Boy, and you're standing out in front of a bank filming, that looks suspicious. People are going to ask you, why the hell are you filming? How about SGV News and Pito Libre Audits every Sunday morning filming a church? Well, how can these? Yes, Chris, I'm never going to call it the Willis Tower. I do not care. It's the Sears Tower. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Speaking of Chicago, I'm so happy Aaron Rodgers got traded to the Jets. We don't have to worry about him anymore. All right. So anyway, when these people are filming things that it would make sense logically that someone would want to film, nobody bothers them. Gee, I wonder why. And I've heard, blah, blah, blah. What's his kid's name? I've heard watching The Watchmen say that. He's filming this car driving. And the car stops, and he stops. If you're just out there filming, you would film. But when you're filming and this car's driving up and now you're zooming in the car and then he stops and then you stop, you're not just happen to be filming random stuff. You're specifically focusing on this particular individual for no reason. So now the dude gets out of his car because this douche canoe's pointing his camera at him intentionally. So he walks up to him and says, "What are you doing?" And what does Watching the Watchman say? Do you go up to everybody and say that? No, only assholes that are pointing their camera at me for no reason. Not just anybody. You guys always make that excuse. You guys always tell that story. It's bullshit. It's false narrative that you're selling to your stupid fans. Go try to sell it to the idiots. What's up, Dean? So don't walk in front of the camera then. That's such a stupid, horrible... Dude, you got the playbook in front of you and you're just reading off lines from the script. That's all you're doing. When you're walking down the street and the camera's going like this on you, that's not walking in front of the camera. Let me ask you this. What's the point of auditing a random citizen? If the whole point is to cop watch, why are you auditing anyone who's not a cop? At all. Well, isn't it legal and okay for me to do it? Legal, yeah. Okay, no. So your more free world, okay, I have to address this. Listen, wait. Broken system, I really, really, really want to hear your answer to this one. So your idea of a world that's more free is one where everyone has to be afraid to go out in public, where everyone sits locked in their basement with their windows down and their shades drawn because you 200 or 300 idiot frauditors might be out there filming. So now don't go out in public. You want this world to be more free? You have to hide in your home and never go out in public. That's the world you want, where nobody ever goes out in public. Who's the tyrant now? You're trying to force people to stay in their homes. Who's the tyrant now? You're trying to force people to be filmed against their will. You're forcing your will to film against my will not to be filmed. You're the tyrant. The frauditors are the tyrants. Their will, what they want, what they say needs to be done is what needs to be done. The cops have to follow your directives. The people have to lick your boots. We have to hide in our homes so that you won't film us. You're the tyrant. You're trying to force your will upon us. That's tyranny. Read a book. You know how. What's up, Raven Wing? $1.99. Thank you so much. You can't reason with frauditors. I know it. It's like talking to a wall. But you know what else I can do? I can Hezokuai happy dance. All right. Thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. Yes. Frauditors are bullies. Yes, they are. Very much. Edie Marie Young. Yes. They're bullies. They're punks. They try to force everyone to bend to their will. They try to force everyone to follow their directives and then say, well, I pay taxes, so you have to do what I say. Broken system, broken trust. You're dismissed. That's funny. Auditing is not activism. Sorry. No, it isn't. 90% of it are just vicious bully punks that figured out that they could actually be professional vicious bully punks on YouTube by calling themselves auditors and doing this nonsense. If I was a scumbag like the people on Joshua's side, I'd give you the address and phone number of the Taco Bell he works at and tell you to call Flood. No. I don't go for that kind of thing. The fact of the matter is, I think, as much as like you guys might not be happy with Broken System and Rogue Nation and all those guys coming here, I think one of the reasons why they do come here is because they know, at the very least, I don't do that stuff. I don't take it to the next level. Right? I believe that now. I kind of did this morning with Brooklyn Audits, but that's because he filmed himself stealing. The guy's a freaking thief. And even Broken System, Broken Trust, of all people, agreed with us that guy shouldn't have got away with that. That's thief. That's wrong. He loves to use the excuse that he's not breaking the law. This guy stealing that orange is breaking the law. As long as they don't steal an orange, see? Orange, you glad I said that? Yes. I love the fact, and I acknowledge the fact, that Broken System, Broken Trust does agree that the guy who stole the orange shouldn't have got away with it because that's theft and that's wrong. We could sit here and argue about the morality. That's 90% of the argument. We get it. By the way, thank you for the 81 people who are watching right now. I think that's a record for my weekday show. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Love the support. So anyway, yes, the fact that they always love to use the excuse that, well, what I'm doing is legal, and our argument is always okay, but it's not moral. But in this case, the guy stole something. That's clearly illegal. And even Broken System, Broken Trust agrees, yep, he shouldn't have done that. Ugh. It's insane and ridiculous the way these guys act and the stuff they try to get away with. Ugh. Anyway, I got a couple other things I wanted to talk about today. A couple other videos I wanted to show. For you guys who don't know the John Legato show, I'll drop a link. If you don't have it already, Salacious, definitely grab this and use it to post links to him. I think I'm going to start talking about John Legato a little more often because the more I watch his videos, the more I like him. He's still a little bit stale for me on the entertainment end, but when it comes to actually calling these idiots out, he definitely does a good job of it. So let's go ahead and check out a video of his cause, and I wanted to do this because it's called Auditor Tased and Arrested. And that's what we want to see, is a good tasing, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while since we saw a good tasing. Love to watch people who deserve punishment to get punished. It's a beautiful thing when justice gets served. So here we go. And This is kind of like what I was talking about a while ago. I think it was over a month ago when Dave Perillo came in the chat and said, "How come you never show any videos of good police work?" Well, every time I show a video of a frauditor getting trespassed, arrested, or tased, that is a video of good police work. Yes. But before we get on to that, I do have to mention that it looks like Danny gave another $5. Where is it? Come on. I know there's a delay. Where is it? Pop it so I can highlight it. Let's go. Come on. There it is. OMG. If he worked in food, would anybody honestly want okay. I'll be honest now. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, Danny, let's not get into that because he does. And it's, I I get the joke and it is funny. It is. And I think BSBT himself would probably think it was funny. Maybe. I don't know. But I will tell you this. I don't want to come down on any of these guys for trying to actually work an honest day's living. I don't care if it's in the food industry or any industry or whatever it is. When I see somebody who's doing this frauditing thing, actually trying to make an honest wage, I don't want to give them a hard time about it. I want to encourage them. Keep working. Keep doing the right thing. If I see them doing the right thing, I want to encourage them to keep it up and not make fun of them for it. But yes, it was a good joke. Yes, I appreciate it. Yes, I appreciate the $5. And here's your Hezokuai happy dance. All right. Thank you very much. Corrections 101 in the house. What's up? We're just about to watch an episode of the John Legato Show. Besides, I need to, frauditors don't believe in freedom. Unless it's them. They can do whatever they want, but everyone else doesn't have rights. Only the guy with the camera has rights. Anyway, let's watch this for a minute. I'm going to go refill my coffee, so if anything important happens, like, for example, a $4.99 super chat from Phil. Oh, wrong button. What's your name and employee number? I'm filing a complaint with the manager. That's right. Just like the cops always do. I'm filing a complaint against you. Why? Well, you know what? Here's what would be the actual literal equivalent. If BSBT, if you're still here or still can hear me, here's the equivalent to what you do. It would be like and again, I'm not trying to, we all know that it's all already public knowledge, whatever, but I don't cross that line, right? So I'll just say, just for the sake of the joke or whatever the point that I'm trying to make, let's just say it's McDonald's, okay? I know it's not, whatever. I'm just saying, for example, okay? So it would be like if I walked into McDonald's and you were the guy behind the counter and I ordered a Big Mac and you made me a Big Mac and I said, "How dare you have the audacity to make me a sandwich? I want your manager now. I'm going to get you fired for making that sandwich." That's what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing when a cop pulls someone over. You're like, "How dare you pull that guy over? How dare you make a sandwich?" What's my job to make this? Right, it's their job to pull people over. But it's wrong. Oh, well, you know what? Making sandwiches has a lot of calories. Isn't that wrong? Because if somebody eats it, they're eating unhealthy food? Just because you say that you think it's wrong doesn't mean it is. Because if that was true, then someone could walk into McDonald's, and if you make them a sandwich, they could get you fired for having the audacity to make them an unhealthy sandwich. How dare you? It's what you do. And there ain't nothing wrong with it if that's what the consumer does. Tickets are not extortion. License plates are not extortion. Speeding tickets are not extortion. You don't want to get a speeding ticket? Don't speed. You don't want to get a ticket for no license plate? Stick a license plate on your car. Where's the extortion? Forcing you to buy the plate in the first place. Do you know why they exist? Duh! Somebody steals your car? Call the cops? Somebody stole my car. Well, which car is it? The blue one. I don't have a license plate. There's no such thing as license plates because somebody decided that there was extortion. In other words, that's why they exist, so they can identify the vehicle. How about you run somebody over? Did you get the license plate number? No, there's no such thing as license plates. So I guess the guy who ran the dude over just gets away with it because you decided that you don't like extortion. So now they got rid of license plates. So now you can just run people over and they can't find who did it because there's no such thing as license plates anymore. But at least nobody has to pay fees anymore because you get rid of your extortion. Do you understand how your argument doesn't make any freaking sense? No, because you have to be able to understand sense to understand when it's nonsense. Go get a cup of coffee. So I'm going to be gone for a minute.
Still cold, which I like. Until Lifter is great because you're drinking local. I always appreciate, Four Peaks, kind of a local brewery, not while driving with a straw in it.
The judge implied that I was just going around harassing people and calling it journalism.
Do you know the First Amendment? I think you know it better than I do. I do. Can you state it? Yep, you're on the right. You're on the right.
Don't resist, babe. Don't hurt him, please.
Welcome to the John Legato Show. I'm John Legato. The screaming and hollering you just heard was an auditor who a few minutes ago sounded like this.
Oh, he's gonna ticket me because I was on the fucking medium. Fuck this pig. You know what? You're a fucking pig. You're all fucking pigs. Fuck the police. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck your fucking wife. Happy fuck the cops day. Is that what you just said? Yep. I'm on foot. I don't have it. I don't have ID.
Okay.
What's your fucking name and badge?
Hold on.
Don't fucking hold me, man.
The auditor was standing in the middle of the street, and the police politely asked that he move to the sidewalk. Well, Mr. Auditor not only refused, he got very aggressive.
I'm on foot. I don't have it. I don't have ID.
Okay.
What's your fucking name and badge?
Hold on.
Don't fucking hold me, man. The fuck are you grabbing me for?
Sir.
You know what? Why are you grabbing me? Oh, man. He just fucking grabbed me, dude. What the fuck am I doing? Watch out. Oh, stop resisting. Hey.
The auditor began fighting with Officer Skaggs until Mr. Sparky settled the scuffle.
Oh, stop resisting. Hey, you gonna knock it off? Put your hands on the back of your head. There you go. I can't breathe. Okay, you're gonna get it again, dude.
I don't know if you heard, but the auditor kept fighting, and Officer Skaggs said, "Quit fighting or you're going to get it again." In other words, he was going to tase the auditor again.
All you had to do was get on the median. All you had to do was get off the median, man. You're fighting the cops over a ticket.
Many of you commented how watching First Amendment videos anger you. We know that the majority of auditors' only goal is to incite police or municipal workers into a confrontation.
Oh, he's gonna ticket me because I was on the fucking medium. Fuck this pig. You know what? You're a fucking pig. You're all fucking pigs. Fuck the police. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck your fucking wife.
So when we witness some idiot cursing and challenging cops, I'm often asked, do they have to take it? Well, let's find out.
Our next category is fighting words. A similar category to incitement, the Supreme Court has also indicated that fighting words are not protected by the First Amendment. Fighting words means words which would likely make the person to whom they are addressed commit an act of violence. The classic example here comes from the 1942 case Chaplinski versus New Hampshire. Chaplinski, during an altercation with a police officer, had shouted at him, "You're a goddamned racketeer and a damned fascist." Upholding Chaplinski's conviction, the Supreme Court ruled that fighting words, which by their very utterance inflict injury or tend to incite an immediate breach of the peace, are unworthy of First Amendment protection. Writing for a unanimous court, Justice Murphy observed that such utterances are no essential part of any exposition of ideas, and are of such slight social value as a step to the truth that any benefit that may be derived from them is clearly outweighed by the social interest in order and morality.
Let's be clear on the difference between free speech and fighting words. Auditor.
All right, I'm going back real quick.
From them,
I'm going
slight
back real
social.
quick. Hold on.
Cite an immediate breach of the peace
need-
are unworthy of First Amendment protection. I'm sure. Chaplinski, during an
Right.
altercation with a police officer.
Salacious. You know, wait. No, I'm going to do that. Chaplinski versus New Hampshire. How many of you have heard auditors quote this case? Oh, no, they don't, do they? They'll quote a ton of cases that have nothing to do with what they're talking about out of context. But when have you ever heard anyone say Chaplinski versus New Hampshire? They're never going to bring it up. Why? Because that's the case that we need to quote. That's the case that we need to point out to them. That's the case that proves that the words you're saying to these cops are not covered by the First Amendment. Auditors rarely use fighting words. Have you ever watched an auditor video? Holy shit. That's 90% of what they do, especially people like Broken System and Wolverine Transparency and frickin' Media and SGV News. I just covered a video a couple weeks ago where SGV News is like, come on, pussy, do something. What are you going to do, pussy? Do something. Well, guess what? He did something. Those are fighting words. Chaplinski versus New Hampshire. Somebody write that down for me. Hold on, I'm gonna do it right now. Because I gotta remember that one because that is huge. And I never thought about it. But that should be the case that we use to fight the cases they bring up. Every time they're like, well, what about this case? Well, what about that case? Well, what about Chaplinski versus New Hampshire? And this all reminds me of something that I wanted to say. And this is big. So I want to make sure that I say this. I should have said it when I had 80 people in here because I want to get this message out to as many people as I possibly can. I've been saving it for the right time. I'm going to do it right now. I got it, News Now Enemy. Thank you. I got it. I'm going to actually look up the specifics of it, the case number and all that, and read the whole thing and really get down and dirty on that case. But anyway, here's the deal. All right. Dave Malik. I don't know if he's in here right now. I know he's been here before. I know a lot of you guys probably are familiar with him. He's in the chats a lot. Dave Malik was in the chat room at Vilified Freedom's stream last night. And he said something that I thought was absolutely brilliant. VF thought it was brilliant. Went out of his way to mention it. And I'm going to go out of my way to repeat it today. What do they always say? What's one of their many script lines that they always use? You cannot turn a First Amendment protected activity into a crime. They always say that, right? You cannot turn a First Amendment protected activity into a crime. It's okay, Graham. Everyone, I got it. I wrote it down. I took the note. You know what? I think I'm sorry. I know there's a delay. So some of you might be responding to something I said before I said I got it. I wrote it down. It's all good. And I'm just seeing it now. Like, I told you. Chris was trying to say something funny and messed it up. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it again. What do these guys always say? You cannot turn a First Amendment protected activity into a crime. Yesterday, on Vilified Freedom's live stream, I want everyone to take note of this. Write this one down and use this one in your videos. Dave Malik said the most brilliant comment in a long time. You cannot turn a crime into a First Amendment protected activity. Can't turn a First Amendment protected activity into a crime, and you can't turn a crime into a First Amendment protected activity. And that's exactly what these guys are trying to do. You can't turn the First Amendment protected activity into a crime. Right. And you can't turn a crime into a First Amendment protected activity. Idiot. Oh, I loved when he said that. It was beautiful, 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 wonderful, marvelous. I haven't used any of my reverb yet today. So now's the time. Me. Anastasia Beaverhausen with a quote from the Roadrunner.
Meep. Now that's too hot.
Meep. 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 Speaking of meep, it was funny because my son, when he was little, he always said that his favorite food was meep. That's what he called it, meep. Meat. He called it meep. And I have a picture of him. It was so cute. We were at, regionally, you might not know, but we were at Sam's Club, which is where you buy things in bulk. And we bought like this 20-pound thing of ground beef, and he insisted on carrying it. So we got a picture of this little kid with this 20-pound bag of beef that's bigger than he is, and he's carrying it. And he's like, I love my meep. I love my meep. Oh, it was hilarious. Let's see, what do we got here? Jam and Jet, Edie Marie Young, Conspiracy Music, thank you, Anastasia. Watching the Colorado police bow to garbage like Regan Benson and DMA is sickening. Yes. That's one of the things that drives me one of the many things that drives me nuts about these guys, especially Regan, DMA, and his little sweet tea over there, is that they have this thing with Colorado. And honestly, it isn't just them. It's all of them. It's the whole lot of them, but especially in California. But the fact of the matter is, these horrible, evil, rotten, scumbag, tyrannical police, all they do is let these guys go. And like I said, even when they do something, they just e-beg for their fans to pay their bail. If they have any fines, they just e-beg their fans to pay the fines. There's literally no consequences. Because even when there are, they get out of it by e-begging their fans to pay their way out of it. And then you get idiots like Eli and SGV and other guys who actually, Miss Mandy, what's up? Who actually do get busted. Who actually do get found guilty. Who actually do time. So do they learn their lesson? No, that just makes them double down. Oh, see, my peeps, this proves that the government's corrupt because they busted me for doing something I shouldn't have done. It's like you commit a crime, you get caught, you pay the penalty for it, and the fact that you got caught doesn't prove that you were wrong. It proves that they're evil because they caught you. How dare they catch me breaking the law? They're corrupt. The fact that they caught me breaking the law proves that they're corrupt. The fact that they sent me to prison for doing something wrong proves that they're the bad guys. I'm Frauditor.
I'm a frauditor. Yes, and I get to steal oranges. Yes, and then get my friend frauditors to call the owner of the store and intimidate him into dropping the charges. Yes, being a frauditor is the greatest job in the world. I get to use fighting words against people, and if they don't like it, I win. Did I make someone cry? Good! Especially if it's a woman. Oh, if I can make a woman cry, it makes me so happy. And Hezokuai, look, no pins. He ain't gonna stab me now. No, he ain't gonna do nothing. Ain't that right, Hez? Ow! Why'd you smack me, man? That hurts. Hey! Cut it out, man! I don't like that! Ow! Jerk. This guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think he needs his mouth washed out with soap. What do you think? Put a one in the chat if I should give him a bath. Bathe him in his own blood. All right. No ones. I guess he doesn't get stabbed today. You're lucky, boy. I'm not seeing anyone. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. I saw a couple ones in the chat. Uh-oh. Blackheart Knight. He must have gave 100 ones. He wants to see you get it.
Oh, no, Hez. Come on. No, stop it. No, don't. No, Hez. Don't do it. No, please. Stop. Wait, this microphone's in the way. You better not. Come on, Hez. Stop. No. No. Don't make me clean my mouth out with soap. You don't need to come. I don't like that. Please stop, Hez. No. Stop it. All right, I'm done. Yeah.
All right. Let's put this back away. Ow! I just stabbed myself for the first time. All these times I've been stabbing this guy. And it wasn't stabbing him that I did it. Can you believe it? Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what else we got. Oh, look at that bear's hat. That's good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I put the bear's hat on, my emoji, Bitmoji, in celebration of the fact that Aaron Rodgers got traded to the Jets. Yes. Give him a trip through the washing machine. I don't know if he'd survive that. Ask Salacious. I don't know. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the next video I wanted to watch is one of the ones that someone just happened to be talking about in the chat a minute ago. Frauditor pepper sprays, man at work from Takedown exposing frauditors. Yes, once again illustrating how horrible and evil these scumbags really are. Let's take a look at some more horrible, evil activity from a frauditor. What a surprise! Never would have expected that.
Another great video here. This frauditor really upset this guy. Really upset him, and he gets attacked. What does the frauditor do? Well, stick around and let's find out, and enjoy the video, everyone.
Quarter time with a Cummins, baby. I knew I'd get him.
I knew I would get him. I knew I would get him. So he acknowledges that he's trying to harass him and get a reaction out of him. And what else would it mean? You guys tell me in the chat. So he's about to get a reaction.
I knew I'd get him. I knew I'd get him.
You need something?
No.
Then why are you filming this?
What's that?
Why are you filming this?
Filming what? I'm not filming. Nobody uses film anymore. It's all digital. Huh? You go on. Bye. Bye, Cupcake.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm confused about something. Somebody in the chat is saying that they think that that might actually have been freaking media. No shit, it's freaking media. Duh. Like, that's so obviously freaking media. Who else calls people cupcake and then spends months going online on live streams bitching about people getting mad at him for calling them cupcakes all the time? Like, of course it's freaking media. There's no controversy over that. It's him. Anyway, back to the show.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? What are you doing? Just fucking hands off me, dude. What are you doing?
You fucking touch me.
Come on.
Give my phone back.
Come on.
That's theft. Arm theft.
You know what?
Hey,
Got any more?
That's arm theft right there. That's arm theft.
So I'm going to reach out to Daniel just to let him know that we have a copy and he should have a copy for his lawyer, because I'm sure this frauditor is going to try to sue him. But it's interesting because he kept saying, I knew I would get him. I knew I would get him. And we all know what that means. I don't need to explain it to you guys. He was trying to provoke this reaction out of him and he got it. So maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but we'll make sure he gets a copy anyways.
Ah. Hey, I need somebody at 12 West Front Street right away. Somebody was filming me, and when I went out there, he shot me right in the face with pepper spray. No, 12 West Front. They're out there right now. They're out there right now. 12 West Front.
Okay, well, it's echoing, so I can barely hear you.
Yep.
12 West Front.
Yep.
What is your name?
Daniel 4.
Daniel?
4.
You need medical attention?
No, I just need to get my eyes rinsed out quick.
Okay, what's your phone number, Daniel?
734-365-1097.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, we could go back and watch the interaction again, but freaking media pepper sprayed the guy. It was the frauditor who pepper sprayed the guy when the guy came out. The point that he was trying to make at the beginning was that freaking media was obviously trying to bait this guy, because when he saw the guy coming, he's like, ooh, I knew I'd get him. Ooh, I knew I'd get him.
That he's trying to harass him and get a reaction out of him. And what else would it mean? You guys tell me in the chat. So he's about to get a reaction.
I knew I'd get him. I knew I'd get him.
You need something?
No.
Then why are you filming this?
What's that?
Why are you filming this?
Filming what? I'm not filming. Nobody uses film anymore. It's all digital.
See, purposely being
Huh?
a douche canoe on
You go on.
purpose.
Bye. Bye, Cupcake.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? What are you doing? Just fucking hands off me, dude. What are you doing? You fucking touch me. Come on. Give my phone back. Come on. That's theft. Armed theft. You know what? Got any more?
Okay, let's go back. Look. Here's what's happening. Okay.
Oh yeah?
All right. Here we go. Now that I've watched this a couple times, it happens real fast. But here's what happens. This guy, because frickin' media is baiting him, and he doesn't like it, he goes out there to ask frickin' what's up, so frickin' acts like a smartass and says, well, I'm not filming because we don't use film anymore. We use digital. Now go away, Cupcake. So this guy sees that as fighting words. You're calling me a cupcake. What does that mean? What does it mean when you call a guy a cupcake? You're basically challenging him. You're saying that you're soft and mushy like a cupcake and you ain't gonna do nothing. So he's going to prove him wrong. He's going to do something. So what does he do? Now, you have to watch because it goes by real fast. Maybe I'll even play it in slow motion. But here's what happens. This guy that you're looking at right now grabs frickin' media's camera and points it down. Then if you listen, you don't see it. But if you listen, you'll hear the pepper spray. Frickin' media pepper sprays him. So then this guy, the guy you're looking at right now, pulls his pistol. And that's when frickin' lets go of the phone and says, that's armed theft. And then this guy walks back into the restaurant with frickin' media's phone in his hand, and he's got pepper spray in his eyes, and he calls the cops on frickin' media for pepper spraying him. So again, I'm going to play it again, and I'm going to put it on slow so you could see the whole thing. A lot happens in like 2 seconds. Again, this guy grabs frickin's camera, points it down, frickin' pepper sprays him, so this guy pulls his gun, and that's why frickin' lets him take the camera and walk back into the store because the guy pulled his gun. Watch it in slow. And right now, I am not saying good or bad, yes or no. I'm simply stating the facts. Watch close. You'll see the whole thing I just painted play out. Here we go. Watch. Grabs frickin's camera.
What are you doing?
There's the pepper spray. Hear it?
Fucking hands off me, dude.
He just pulled the gun and you're going to see him holding it in a second.
What are you doing?
There's the gun. See? That's what happened. And that's why frickin' let him walk away with the camera. And he said, that's armed theft. You pulled a gun on me. This is exactly why I constantly remind you and everyone that this is not a good idea. That frauditing is not a good idea. That eventually you're going to come up against the wrong one. It's bad enough that they walk into DMVs and post offices and cops and blah, blah, blah. But now that they audit random citizens, you get stuff like this.
Come on. Come on. That's theft. Armed theft. You know what? Got any more? That's armed theft right there. That's armed theft.
So now this guy's got.
So I'm going to reach out to Daniel just to let him know that we have a copy and he should have a copy for his lawyer, because I'm sure this frauditor is going to try to sue him. But it's interesting because he kept saying, I knew I would get him. I knew I would get him. And we all know what that means. I don't need to explain it to you guys. He was trying to provoke this reaction out of him, and he got it.
Intentionally, yeah.
So maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but we'll make sure he gets a copy anyways.
Now this guy walks back in with frickin' phone and see the juice. You can see the pepper spray all over him. And those cops. I think we left off about here. Now flush the phone down the toilet. Come on, yeah. It's almost over. I wonder what happens. Did they ever post a follow-up to this? I don't know.
That's the type of cowards these frauditors are. They go out and harass people, but yet they can dish it out, but they can't take it, right? Now he's just some guy sitting in that chair all by himself at work today, minding his own business, has now been pepper sprayed from a frauditor trying to get a reaction and provoke a reaction, which he got. So it's sad, man. It's sad. Like I said, everyone, I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit that subscribe button. Maybe hit the like button. It tickles the algorithm. We really want to get these videos out there. And the first thing I'm going to do is share this video with Daniel, so at least he has a copy of it. And I'll see you all on the next video.
Yeah, see, that's, again, the whole thing, right? It's like he obviously was targeting that individual specifically. And it goes back to the whole frightened words thing. These guys, it makes no sense to me. You challenge someone verbally, yes, but you challenge someone, again, fighting words are not protected by free speech. And just earlier today, we finally got the case, Chaplinsky versus New Hampshire, in which that was established. Fighting words are not covered by the First Amendment. And challenging someone, them's fighting words. When you say, come on, punch me, and they punch you, you asked for it. Well, that doesn't give them the right to hit me. Well, then shut up. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far, but I definitely think that freaking media is way down on my list as one of the scummiest of the scum. Like, I really, really, really don't like that guy. Because he does. He just goes around harassing random people. You know, and this actually goes back to something that I was talking about a little bit earlier when Broken System was in here. And he was talking about, well, I try not to audit random people, just cops. And that's one of the things, and I've kind of said this before. Any type of frauditing is bad. That's why I call it frauditing. All right? But again, I don't just say the word fraudit. Like, it has to be a fraudit for me to call it a fraudit. I am acknowledging that there legitimately is a thing called an audit. It does exist. It is a real thing. There are legitimate audits. There are legitimate auditors. I used to work at Best Buy. And once a year, every year, well, no, once a quarter, 4 times a year, we'd have the auditors come in and count the store. There are a such thing as legitimate audits. That is a thing. I would not call legitimate auditors frauditors because they're not frauditors. So you have to understand, when I talk about frauditors, I'm talking about the ones who I'm against what they do. Why am I saying this? The point is, like, for example, the idea of you see a cop interacting with somebody and you just happen to be passing by and you pull out your phone and film it, and then legitimately the cop does, like, plant some drugs on the guy or starts beating the guy when he doesn't have to. That does happen. And you happen to catch it on film. That's great. That's beautiful. That's accountability. I support that. But that's not what these guys do, is it? No. And that's the problem. And that's the thing. Like, I'm not saying who conducted the audit, someone who's authority over the store. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, in my example of Best Buy, yeah, there are definitely people who had the right to do that. But anyway, the point ultimately is that it's not the idea of accountability. It's not the idea of even cop watching or whatever that I have an issue with in and of itself. I don't see anything wrong with that in and of itself. We wouldn't have got the footage of things like George Floyd and Rodney King and stuff if people didn't do things like that. But again, that's not what these idiots are doing. And yes, those of you who called it, she didn't bark at the 3-hour mark. My dog usually barks at the 3-hour mark. She didn't. Then again, she's outside right now, so if she did, I didn't hear it because she's not here. Anyway. So they're screaming and hollering at the cops and yelling at them and giving them a hard time. Purposely going out of their way to disobey just to be disobedient. Like, it's all a game. And they play it, and unfortunately, they win. And they keep winning, and that's the problem. That's a big part of the problem. Because, again, there are no consequences. Now, you can look at people who've been busted as an example and say, wait a minute, there are consequences. No, there's not. Because even if they do get busted, what happens? They e-beg the money to pay the fine. They e-beg the money for the bail. And their fans are more than happy to throw money at these idiots. There's that many stupid people. There's a sucker born every minute. And these frauditors are con men, and they're scumbags, and they're bullies. And they're conning their fans into throwing money at them, and they love it. So I got a criminal record. So what? I get busted, I just tell my fans, send me money so I can pay my fine. Done. I don't lose anything. My fans paid for it. I get busted, I just e-bag and my fans will throw me the money, I pay my bail. I didn't lose nothing. My fans paid for it. They don't care. There's no consequences. And again, when they actually do time, like Eli, when he got out, man, this frauditing stuff is terrible. It ended up getting me locked up. I better stop doing that. Nah. He's like, yo, my peeps, the fact that I did time proves that I did my time for the cause. Yeah, I'm a martyr because I did time. Let's go. Give me more money, my peeps. Super chat, super chat, super chat, super chat, super chat, super chat. It's disgusting. I'm so happy. This is why I do the happy dance every time I get a super chat. I am so happy when somebody gives me $1.99. I love it. I literally every time I get that like chill down my spine like that. Oh, that's so great. When I see that color flash on the screen, that's so beautiful. I love the fact that my fans would show me support like that. These assholes, they're like, come on, guys, you're only sending $100. What's wrong with you? I need these super chats to be, 150, 200. And then they get them. Chilita Castro, for those of you who didn't see it, I did. I covered it live. He has this big, huge, curved screen, flat screen TV that he uses as his computer monitor. He doesn't really show it much, so how do I know that? Because he had his fans buy it for him live. He was in the store on a live stream telling his fans, I want this monitor. Send me the money now so that I could buy it. It's $2,000. Send me $2,000 or whatever it costs. $1,500. Super chat me $1,500. And of course, okay, here's the money, buddy. They're throwing it at him. These guys are like cult leaders that convince all of their members to give up everything for their leader. Take all your money and throw it at me. These guys are scumbags. They're douche canoes. They're shishas of pit. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Shishas of pit. Back with $2 Australian. Thank you so much, Peck. And here's the Hezokuai happy dance. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it. 773-202 Luna. How do I get a hold of their fans? Yeah, right? Like, come on. Get some of their fans to give us a couple $100, couple thousand, whatever we need to pay our debts. Because they don't pay their own debts, they make their fans pay them. It's so, and I hope that you guys in here are understanding what I'm saying, because they love to argue like, well, you guys make money on your channel, so why do you have a problem with us making money on our channel? The difference is, like, I look at it as I'm offering like entertainment. I'm working hard on the channel, on the videos that I make. I'm doing a thing. I'm here every morning. I'm doing the bit, for you guys. And if you guys support that and want to donate to it or whatever, and I give back through the raffles, you get something for your money. You get the entertainment. If you win the raffle, you get physical items. There's something to it. I think it's completely different to honestly make money. It's like somebody having a regular job, right? You're not going to get mad at somebody who's getting paid for doing their work. That's the way it is. There's nothing wrong with making money. In fact, it's hard to make money. But when you're making it under false pretenses, when you're making it by being a professional ass crack and lying to your fans and relying on them to get you out of trouble, instead of taking responsibility for your own actions, brainwashing your sycophant sheeple fans that you're some kind of hero, and they're supporting a hero, that's the problem. So you guys are liars. You're basically stealing the money. It's a grift. That's why they are frauditors. It's a fraud. It's a grift. It's a con. It's a scam. Whether it's their fans giving them money or their AdSense revenue. Either way, it's built on a lie. It's built on false pretenses. It's built on stupidity. Oh. Their fans are paying for the entertainment of watching them in their dipshittery. Oh, if it was that simple. Rube Maximilian knows what's up. Oh well. All right. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate the appreciation for causing problems in your marriage. All right, we'll be here. We'll be here tomorrow. Don't forget to drop a like if you didn't on your way out. We got $5 from William Grabber. Yes, cue the happy dance. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm back from my 9:30 exercise class. How goes it here? Oh, well, we're just hooping and hollering about these idiots and their stupidity. I was getting into this whole thing about the money thing. Because again, it just upsets me when I see, because I saw this in some of the chats yesterday watching some lives. It really upsets me when they make the comparison between, well, what's wrong with what we do and make money? You guys make money on your channels. You're monetized. So isn't that hypocrisy for you guys to make money, but get mad at us for making money? And the point I'm trying to make is it's not about the fact that they make money. I don't care if you earn money. Good for you. In this country, you need it to survive. But it's the way you go about it. If you're conning people out of money, if you're grifting people out of money, if you're brainwashing gullible sycophant sheeple who think that you're some kind of civil rights hero, that think that they're supporting a movement by giving you money, you're lying. You're getting your money under false pretenses. That's the problem. That's why we don't like it. That's why we bitch about it. Again, people say, oh, well, they get paid because it's entertaining or whatever. Yeah. But what does it say about the fan base that they find these people's antics entertaining? I go out of my way, and a lot of us do. Unclean Hands is the same way. A lot of us go out of our way to make sure that they're not getting any ad revenue or anything else from us covering their videos. I'll either show somebody else's coverage of their video so that Frauditor Troll gets the view, or Blackheart Knight gets the view. For anybody who doesn't realize it, if you haven't noticed that, that's done very much on purpose. When you're watching me, when you're watching any one of us, and they're showing other creators' content, it's not because I'm trying to steal Frauditor Troll's content, even though I know for a fact he doesn't mind that I use his stuff. But the point is, it's not because I'm trying to steal Frauditor Troll's content. It's not because I'm trying to steal Team Skeptic's content. It's not because I'm trying to steal Vilified Freedom's content. It's not because I'm trying to steal Blackheart Knight's content. It's because I'm trying to give them the view. Because I'm going to cover that interaction anyway, but if I cover it directly from the Frauditor's channel, then I'm giving him the view. I'd rather give it to Troll. I'd rather give it to Skeptic. I'd rather give it to Blackheart Knight. I'd rather give it to whoever the anti-frauditor is that covered them on their channel. Unclean Hands has his thing set up where he has a list of channels where he can get the video without even watching it first, so they don't get a view off of it at all, but he can still cover it. That is a thing. We go out of our way to try and not support these douche canoes. Because that's one of the things that they love to say too. Well, when you're covering our videos, you're just advertising for us. No! We're pointing out your stupidity. The general public has no idea what a First Amendment auditor is. Try this. Try this. Because I do this all the time. All the time. Because when you see my videos, like when this idiot, shut up, I didn't ask your opinion. When this idiot went to the post office, when he went to the library, when he went to the gym, when he was running around outside, I edited all that footage together to tell a story. But within the process of filming, I'm running into other humans, right? Doing my thing, looking like a weirdo running around filming a voodoo doll. But I talk to people. In fact, I used to get in trouble all the time with my ex-wife, my ex-old lady. She used to get so mad because she'd send me to the store, you know, hey, go get some eggs or some milk or some butter or something. And I'd show up 2 hours later. Where the hell did you go? I just went to the store. Well, what took you so long? I started talking to some of the people in there and ended up having a conversation. I just talk to people. I always have. I get along with people, everybody. I don't care. You know, like I said earlier, which I got from Team Skeptic, and I love this quote, and I'm going to use it again. When you take our entire community, there are so many different people with so many different opinions. But if you took the Venn diagram of all of us, there's a part in the middle where they all come together. And that's where our channels lie. That's where our conversations lie. We all agree on what these douchebags are doing is wrong. We all agree that it's fun to make fun of them and laugh at their stupidity. And that's where we're at. That's why we don't really get into all of the other aspects of it, because that's not the discussion point. The discussion point is where we all come together. And I like that idea too, because the way he was describing it is the whole reason he brought it up is because he was saying that it's not that we want to put ourselves in an echo chamber. It's that within that area where we all agree is where we reside. We stay in our lane. The hell was I talking about? I lost track of my own thought. Oh yeah, I was talking about using other people's content without whatever, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Wait a minute. Leland says, to this day, I still ain't seen a single one of Chili's videos, not to this day. And that was from a skit I did about Mark Stoughton shooting his cat. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Have you seen any of his videos on my channel? Because I've covered some. But yeah, exactly. There's no other way that these parasites can support themselves. Fools that give them money, nothing can help them. See, that's the problem. And feed that crow. Yeah, maybe it'll shut up. Damn crow. I say, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Wait a minute. What did Chelsea say? What? There is no expectation of public and private. What? I missed something. Anyway, Chelsea May, Vestige of Peace, Blackheart Knight, Jim Crawford, Leland Squirrels. All right. Anyway, that was how I found you. Back in the day. Yes, that's right. Leland is one of the ones who's been with me for a long time, since way back in the day. Let's see. Oh, you're talking about, okay. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. I plead the fifth. FIF fifth. Yeah, that's from Chappelle's show. That was good stuff. Good stuff. We love Dave Chappelle. Big supporter of the channel, even though he doesn't even know I exist. If he did, I'm sure he'd like what I do. I don't know. I think I wrote a short story about him once, actually, unpublished. Speaking of which, do you guys? I've been kind of on the fence about this. ever since I published my book, The Frauditor's Handbook, I was thinking about publishing a book of my short stories, but it has nothing to do with this. So I'm trying to think, like, should I publish it under a different name? Because Hezokuai writes the Frauditor stuff. So, but then I guess I could just advertise it on here, right? Yeah, obviously, it would be written by Alan Newcastle, because in my intro, Alan Newcastle is the secret identity of Hezokuai. So the book would be written by Alan Newcastle, but it would just be a collection of my short stories. Maybe call it The World According to Newcastle or something like that. I don't know. I plead the fifth about drinking a fifth. All right, anyway, we've been in 3.5 hours today. Good run time, good run. Had a lot of fun. I'm glad so many of you beautiful, wonderful people joined me again this morning. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday on the Hezokuai and Frauditor News Network, Saturday Night Snafu, our guest is going to be the one and only K-Far. That's right. And then on May 6th, ladies and gentlemen, Corrections 101. And then on May 13th, SMR Labs 777. Yes. And then on Saturday, May 20th, Professor Crack from the Idiopathic Truth. Which, actually, I have a feeling that interview in particular is going to be pretty wild, because he was actually on with me and Frauditor News Network on her channel last night. So we already had kind of a warm-up session. So I think that's actually going to go really well. And then on May 27th, Takedown Exposing Frauditors is going to be here. Yes. And then Saturday, June 3rd, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Hezokuai and Frauditor News Network Saturday Night Snafu with According to Asia. And on June 10th, Frauditor Wrangler. And then, ladies and gentlemen, on June 17th, Saturday, June 17th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frauditor Follies YouTube channel. Join me, Hezokuai, and my co-host, Frauditor News Network, for Blackheart Night versus
News Now Voodoo. Part 2.
That's going to be a banger. No doubt, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be a banger. And then on June 17th, Blackheart Night, Part 2. That's right. And then on June 24th, the one and only Katie Zed. That's right. She's going to be a guest. It's going to be fantastic. And then on July 1st, Welsh News Network is going to be here, and they agreed, both of them, to join us, the couple. It's going to be great. There's going to be 4 people there total. It's going to be fantastic. 2 boys, 2 girls. Perfect. And then on July 8th, Debo's Nation. July 15th, Miss Mandy 777 is going to be our guest, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. It's going to be a great time. We got a lot of great guests coming up. A lot of fun on our Saturday show. Love it. Love you guys for all the joining us and the support and everything else. I can't get over. I can never really say how much I truly appreciate you guys and your support. I love you guys. I really do, from the bottom of my heart. That's 100% legit. None of this would be possible without you and your support. I'd probably still do it anyway, because I'm awesome like that. I love you guys. I'm glad Aaron Rodgers got traded to the Jets. We don't have to worry about him no more in Chicago. He definitely got the Bears number. Thank you guys. I love you. And as the Elvis film always says, at the end of the day, hip hip hooray, he's just gonna say, it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah.